SiriusXM app. March Madness, where every second matters.
Maryland is going to the Sweet 16.
Listen to SiriusXM and the SiriusXM app. Deliver every buzzer beater and bracket buster. Plus, College Sports Radio Channel 84 is reacting to the madness throughout the tournament.
This is a legit Final Four contender.
For the analysis, the insight, and the passion of March Madness, it's SiriusXM College Sports Radio, Channel 84 in the car, and streaming on the SiriusXM app.
Baseball is back, and you can hear every MLB game on SiriusXM.
Padres with their 6th home run of the night.
Hear your hometown announcers on the SiriusXM app.
By Spencer Torkelson.
And talk baseball every day with our team of former players and executives on MLB Network Radio, Channel 89.
The theater they've created, it's spectacular.
Get closer to the action on SiriusXM and the SiriusXM app.
It's the NCAA tournament. It's on Westwood 1.
It will be Grant Hill to make the pass. They're not going to guard Hill making the inbounds pass. Here's a high looper. There's Leitner. He turns. He shoots. It is good. Christian Leitner hits a turnaround 17-footer at the buzzer. And the Duke Blue Devils head to Minneapolis. My, oh my, oh my.
6.9 to go. In it comes to Ethan Morton. He's going to dribble this one out. And the second verse is the same as the first. UConn repeats as national champions.
Now it's time to head courtside for Westwood 1's exclusive coverage of the NCAA tournament.
And we welcome you to State Farm Arena here in downtown Atlanta for exclusive regional semifinal action of the 2025 Men's Basketball Championship between the South Region 5 seed Michigan Wolverines and the 1 seed and number 1 overall seed Auburn Tigers. Tonight's broadcast of the NCAA tournament on the Westwood 1 NCAA Radio Network is sponsored by AutoZone, by Cintas, by Granger, by Pluto TV, by Kohl's, by Progressive Insurance, and by NCAA.com. Hi, everyone. I'm Spiro Ditas alongside longtime Division I head coach Tom Crean. Brad Heller will join us later from the Westwood 1 Broadcast Center as everyone coach settles back into their seats here in Atlanta. Michigan and Auburn ready to do battle with the winner of this one advancing to the Elite Eight Sunday where they will face Tom Izzo and Michigan State.
Well, I think it's going to be a fantastic game because, I mean, we're talking about two of the best front lines in all of college basketball. And I think it's not only the two starters for Michigan, Danny Wolf and Vlad Golden, or the two starters for Auburn, which is Denai Broom and Dylan Cardwell. I think it's going to be the guys that come off the bench. It's going to be a guy like Will Cheddar. Can he be an impact player? Can Chaney Johnson be an impact player? Games like this come down to who can really control the paint. A lot of that becomes off offensive boards because if you control the paint, you got a chance to control the foul line. And both teams need that. Both teams are not great three-point shooting teams. They can certainly get hot, but they are really good rebounding teams. They are good defensive teams, and they are big, really big, capital B.
Auburn playing just 100 miles away from their campus. Their first Sweet 16 appearance since their Final Four year in 2019. Number 1 overall seed. A win tonight would set a new school record as they have matched their 30-win total from that 2019 Final Four run. 30-5 on the season. They went 15-3, won the SEC as the number 1 overall seed in the conference. Michigan, meantime, just a remarkable one-year turnaround, Coach. A program that won 8 games last year. Dusty May orchestrates the biggest year-over-year turnaround in a 109-year history of the program.
Well, he's done a fantastic job, and he wins close games. I think they've got 13 wins that are 5 points or less, and he did it before at Florida Atlantic. He knows exactly what he's doing late game. He never panics. His team doesn't panic. And even when they're not shooting the ball or defending well, if they're hanging in the game, they've got that opportunity to make something happen. So I think it's going to be paramount for Dusty May and this team to move Danny Wolf around. It's going to be imperative that they get loose with that 4-5 pick and roll with Wolf and Golden. But the whole key to this game for Michigan, Trey Donaldson.
Up next, we'll get Coach Crean's keys to the game and the opening tip. From the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, this is the men's basketball tournament.
The family that vacations together stays together. At least, that was the plan. Except now, the Dastardly desk clerk is saying he can't confirm your connecting rooms.
Wait, what?
That's right, ma'am. You have rooms 201 and 709.
No, we cannot be 5 floors away from our kids.
The doors have double locks. They'll be fine.
When you want connecting rooms confirmed before you arrive, it matters where you stay.
Welcome to Hilton. I see your connecting rooms are already confirmed.
Hilton, for the stay.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on retirement contributions. A very handsome reward indeed. With Robinhood Gold, your annual IRA contributions are boosted by 3%. Plus, you also get 4% APY on your cash and non-retirement accounts. That's over 8 times the national savings average. The perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% IRA boost on annual contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. Rates subject to change. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold at $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Over 8 times the national average savings account interest rate claim is based on data from the FDIC as of November 18th, 2024. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
People always ask me, Guy, why are you so confident? And I tell them because I shop for a used car with Carfax. Why Carfax? Because I was able to pause for the facts. What kind of facts? Used car facts. Facts. Like which car has been in a reported accident, which ride has the best value, facts. Which car will have me feeling so confident that I'll just turn up the radio facts. And roll down the windows facts. And belt out show tunes, knowing full well that I cannot sing. Facts. Carfax is the answer. Shop the all-new Carfax.com.
Here in Atlanta, the countdown to tip off in our second Sweet 16, nearly at zeros, as we are just about ready for Auburn and Michigan. Time now for Keys to the Game, sponsored by Realtors. Buying a home can be a lot, but with the ethical expertise of a realtor, you don't have to do it alone. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. All right, Coach, let's begin with Bruce Pearl and the Auburn Tigers.
They cannot let Danny Wolf pick them apart with passes. He scores, he comes off the pick and roll, but he is an outstanding passer, and they just cannot let him find cutters, find that 4-5 pick and roll with Vlad Golden. They are as good as it gets at scoring from 2, right? They got to get some threes made, though, as well. We know they can get inside, and then their defense on Michigan's three-point shooting is going to be crucial. You don't want to get into a lot of long closeouts with Michigan. You want to challenge your threes, not be in rotation. Auburn's been good at that when they've been successful.
Meantime, Dusty May and the Michigan Wolverines.
Well, they've got to rebound with this team, and they're a good rebounding team. They've been +9 in the last 5 games, and they've got to find a way to drive the basketball. If there's a weak point of Auburn's defense, it's their bigs really struggle guarding the drive. They cannot let Golden not be a factor on both ends of the floor. They want to get him in the post, get him in the roll game. They don't want him to be spread out in Auburn's pick and roll game, which I think is part of Auburn's plan. They want to do a great job of getting Trey Donaldson in the middle of the floor. That's going to be absolutely huge. And then stop Janai Broome in the paint.
Let's check the starting lineup, sponsored by Cintas. Workdays are better when you partner with Cintas. Keep your team protected, prepared, and looking great. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday. The Auburn Tigers will start with their National Player of the Year candidate, Janai Broome, the SEC Player of the Year. Averages better than 18 points per game. Denver Jones, one of their guards, nearly 11 points, better than 2 assists per game. Rest of that starting lineup, Miles Kelly and Chad Baker-Mazar. They joined Dylan Cardwell in what has been just a sensational starting 5 for Bruce Pearl, who has this program back into the Sweet 16 for the first time since 2019. Meantime, the Michigan Wolverines, 27-9 coming in. They won the Big Ten 2 tournament championship with a terrific late-stage run to get themselves to this point. Their head coach, of course, is Dusty May in what has been just a remarkable year one at the controls of the program. Trey Donaldson facing his former program, his teammates tonight, spent the last 2 years at Auburn. First year in this Michigan program was sensational at better than 11 points per game. Rest of the starters, Danny Wolf, just a masterful guy, 5-tool player, 13 points, 10 rebounds. Namari Burnett, joined by Reuben Jones and Vlad Golden, one of the elite big men in the country. Both teams break their huddles. We're just about set. Let's quickly pause seconds for station identification. This is the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, your home for the national championship.
College Sports Radio is your home for the NCAA tournament.
For the win, it's good!
Hear reaction all day long on SiriusXM Channel 84 and the SiriusXM app.
Time now for the opening tip. It's sponsored by AutoZone. Free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes AutoZone America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Michigan will come out in their dark blue maize uniforms with the yellow block numbers and letters across the chest. Auburn, white tops, white shorts, orange, dark blue trim with the block dark blue letters across the chest and the blue numbers. Everyone on their feet, better than 17,000 here in Atlanta. Our officiating crew, Pat Adams, Randy Richardson, and Tommy Morrissey. And Coach, the waiting for these two teams and coaching staffs finally over.
Absolutely. I mean, this is going to be a great game. I mean, the size of these guys, and it's not just the size, it's the skill level, it's the attitude they play with. Danny Wolf is one of the hardest matchups in the country coming out of the Big Ten with the way he can pass, shoot, drive it. Denai Broom may be the hardest matchup in the country with the way that he can post, shoot, and drive it.
Cardwell and Golden in the center circle to jump, and we are off and running here in Atlanta. Golden knocked it back into his hands, and now they're going to re-jump. Officials did not like the way that turned out. Back into the center circle they go. Cardwell wins, and Auburn tracks it down with Denver Jones, and we are underway in Atlanta. Jones over the timeline, dribble handoff left wing. Now they give out front to Broom. Backdoor cut. Baker Mazzara broken up by Burnett and stolen by Michigan.
Great job of taking away their opening play. They want to back cut this Michigan team, and they were alert and aware for it.
Donaldson gives right wing to Reuben Jones. Gives out front to Golden. Golden looks to his left, fakes the handoff to Donaldson. Now passes back to Donaldson in the circle. Donaldson dribbles hard to the left. Passes out front, Burnett swings it right wing to Wolf underneath Burnett. Leaping catch underneath. Passes to the cutting Golden down the paint. Deflected out to Jones left wing. Burnett loose ball, flicks it. Misses off the baseline from 19. Auburn controls. Baker Mazzara working right wing. Dribbles towards the corner. Pump fakes, Wolf bit. No whistle as he fires and misses a long two. Michigan has it.
That was a tough shot by Baker Mazzara. The refs aren't going to give you that look.
Here comes Donaldson, enters the paint, misses a wild floater just inside the high post. Out of bounds underneath, it belongs to the Tigers.
Well, here's where they wanted, what Auburn really wants to do is get downhill drives out of that slot into the elbows. So we will see a team that's running their offense higher when they're in good position, like we see right now with Dylan Cardwell at the top. Everything is lifted for Auburn.
Opening minute 15, still looking for first points. There's a corner three, won't go. Offensive rebound, Jones, and he buries it right in the circle to get the Tigers our first points.
And a great weak side board by Dylan Cardwell, something he is so good at. Great kick out to Jones for the open three.
Minute 40 gone by, 3-0 Auburn as Reuben Jones is bumped in the front court. They get Miles Kelly on the reach-in. As both teams settling in here and the feeling-out process continues. It'll be a far side out of bounds at the 28-foot hash mark for the Wolverines. Reuben Jones will be the inbounder. Throws into Burnett. Hands back to Jones. Jones gives to Golden, top of the circle. Right wing Wolf. What a matchup against Janai Broom. He wanders left, gets a screen, fires a three. Back rim, no. Loose in the corner, and the Tigers track it down with Kelly.
Danny Wolf will get that shot all night if they're going under, but he cannot fade away like he did on that miss.
2 minutes gone by. Tigers with possession and a 3-0 lead. Cardwell hands right wing to Baker Mazzara. Dribbles top of the key, hands off to Broom. Broom backs down, spins, turns, flicks it up to the rim. Over Golding, short. Rebound, Burnett. Wolverines still looking for their first points. A minute 20 gone by. They're down 3-0. Kick out Donaldson, open right wing three. He buries it. And we are tied at 3.
Yeah, he has become such a better shooter for Michigan. His range has increased dramatically. Wide open slot 3 for Trey Donaldson.
Took 2.5 minutes, but the Wolverines get their first points. Janai Broom straight away hands to Jones, squares and shoots a 3. It's short, front iron, rebound Golden. So Auburn now 1 of 5 at the start. Wolverines at this end are 1 of their first 4. Burnett right wing explodes to the box, up and lays it in. Had to step on Baker Mazzara. Michigan with its first lead.
And Baker Mazzara has got to be better than that. He gives up the first dribble far too easy on this year, and he gave it right there to Namari Burnett.
5-3 Michigan. Just over 3 minutes gone by. Janai Broom, low right, backs down, double team, kicks out, and the reset to Jones. Back to Broom, right corner, jab steps, fires. It's good.
You cannot let Broom get his feet set, plant that right foot, and stay in his shot with no resistance.
6-5 Auburn, 16.5 to play. Donaldson around a screen, down the left of the paint, misses the floater. Rebound, Auburn on the push, ahead of the field. Jones behind the back, scoop finish right at the rim. A thing of beauty with his left. 1 point. Auburn deficit.
That'll be on SportsCenter, but we got to see it live.
Now they change the score. It's 8-5. Auburn with a 3-point lead. Here comes Wolf down the right of the paint. Misses. Short. Rebound Kelly. Outlets far side Jones. What a pace here at the start with 4 minutes gone by. Broom left of the lane, turns and fires a long 2. It's short. Broom follows it underneath. Wraparound feed to Cardwell. He's fouled right at the cup. What a play by Broom. Wraparound pass around the defender to set the table beautifully for Cardwell, who was point blank underneath. A timeout on the floor. Everyone's going to catch their breath with 15:52 to play in this opening half in Atlanta. Auburn 8, Michigan 5 from the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network. This is the men's basketball tournament.
It's time to shake off the winter blues and get your home looking its best. Whether it's new windows, fresh siding, or a stunning entry door, Window World has everything you need to boost curb appeal. And with Window World's professional installation, you can refresh your home stress-free. Spring into savings and schedule your free consultation today. Call 1-800-WINDOW-WORLD or visit windowworld.com to get started.
Meanwhile at Xfinity.
Okay, huddle up. Do you realize how many fans stream basketball? It's madness.
But real fans stream with Xfinity Internet.
Totally. We've engineered a super fast connection.
With reduced buffering and low lag.
'Cause making streaming better is what we do!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Can we let go now? It's really not a huddle with 2 people.
Switch to Xfinity Internet and stream live sports from the best seat in the house. Bring on the good stuff. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speeds vary. Not guaranteed.
All power, zero compromise. Ego cordless outdoor power equipment features advanced lithium battery technology that exceeds the power and performance of gas without the noise, fuss, or fumes. From blowers and trimmers to mowers and pressure washers, one battery powers over 90 tools. No wonder it is the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Power beyond belief. Visit egopowerplus.com to learn more or to find an Ego retailer near you. That's egopowerplus.com.
There are lots of police stations, local pharmacies, and hospitals that are approved.
Mom, I need to lay low for a few days.
Lay low? What's going on?
I only paid for this Hyundai Tucson.
Christopher Allen Lynch.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. Get the car or SUV you want at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Right now, get 2.99% APR for 72 months on the Hyundai Santa Fe, Tucson, or Elantra. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end March 31st. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Monsters.com today. Monsters.com provides great coaching and millions of job openings. Slam dunk with Monster.com today. Auburn, the number 1 overall seed, 30 wins on the season, earning their way here to the Sweet 16 with their first round win over Alabama State, won by 20. Then in the round of 32, knocked off Creighton 82-70. Michigan, meantime, their 6th appearance in the Sweet 16 in the last 8 years. Knocked off UC San Diego in round 1, and then in the round of 32, took care of the 4 seed Texas A&M Aggies.
Now, Michigan's been playing so well since that Big Ten tournament. They were just totally struggling going in there, and they found these different ways to win. But one of the biggest reasons is because the way they're rebounding the ball, they're getting 13 offensive rebounds a game, which is as high as it's been all year for them.
Dylan Cardwell at the line for 2, misses strong on the first. Graduate player, another Georgia kid, born in Augusta, a 70% free throw shooter. Mentioned Michigan's struggles as he hits the second to make it a 9-5 Auburn lead. Michigan lost their final 3 regular season games before they went on that current 5-game run to get through the Big Ten tournament and to get themselves to the Sweet 16. Todd Pettiford and Chaney Johnson coach in for Bruce Pearl.
I love the Chaney Johnson matchup to go on Danny Wolf.
Here comes Jones up. A hard dribble drive to the basket. Misses on a tough reverse layup, but he's fouled. As Michigan beats the late press, Jones streaking up the near side to the left, and he's going to earn a trip to the free throw line. It's on Baker Mazzara, his first and the second against the Tigers.
Well, great job. They keep Danny Wolf away from the ball, start him at midcourt to flash up so he can make the second pass going up the court. That's exactly how it worked out for Reuben Jones. Danny Wolf at 7 foot can see over any pressure, and they get it going downhill. It's exactly how Michigan wants to attack all this pressure that they'll see from Auburn in the full court.
First free throw from Jones is good. Will Cheddar, a junior, big piece for Dusty May, has checked into the game, as has Roddy Gale, the Ohio State transfer. Jones hits the second, the left-handed shooter, to cut Auburn's lead to 2. 9-7, 15:44 to play. Early stages, first half in Atlanta. Pettiford gives out front to Broom, hands back to Pettiford. His errant pass to the left, broken up by Burnett. Michigan the other way, Wolf ahead of the field, comes down the paint, lays it up and in. Right hand, point blank, we're tied.
Great job, sloppy offense from Auburn on that. They wanted to get Kelly coming up off the cut, just a bad pass, bad cut by Kelly.
Tigers work it low right to Broom, catches back to the rim against Cheddar. Now faces 13 to shoot. Broom spins up, extending, and banks it in over the top of Cheddar.
Well, the patience there, he's not seen any double team yet, so he's just going to take his time and get the shot he wants on that either block.
Burnett fires a left wing 3, misses way strong. Offensive weak side rebound by Wolf. Just past the 15-minute mark, first half, Michigan has it. They're down 11-9. Wolf backs down low right against Broom, turns and goes glass over Broom to bank it in and tie it at 11.
You can see anytime they get Janai Broom on any matchup on the perimeter, they're either going to drive it or back it down like Danny Wolf just did. Beautiful shot off the right side of the backboard.
Baker Mazzara fires a right corner 3, rims out, weak side, ricochets out into the Michigan bench. Last touch by the Wolverines. So Auburn is going to inbound with 20 to shoot. Miles Kelly sits, and Denver Jones back in after a brief rest for the Tigers.
When you have 2 point guards in now with Denver Jones and Todd Pettiford, that's good offense. Hold on the cut.
On the inbound, off the ball against Michigan. That'll only be their second team foul. It's on Reuben Jones, his first.
Now, we're going to call every hold off the ball on a cut. We're going to be here till sometime tomorrow because there's going to be a bunch of them in this game. That's it.
L.J. Kaysen has checked in, a freshman for Dusty May. With 14:23 to play first half. Here's Denver Jones, top of the circle, attacks down the paint, stumbles to the floor, maintains the dribble, gets it into the corner to Baker Mazzara. 8 to shoot, here he comes spinning, stops high post right, straightaway pass nearly stolen. Pettiford has it, rises, a straightaway 3, back rim no, long rebound, Baker Mazzara. He's going to shoot from the high post left, misses. Offensive rebound. Broom lays up, no. Fourth time's a charm as he cleans up his own mess. Tigers back in front.
That whole possession started on the shot with Michigan having 5 people inside the paint, but nobody blocked out.
7 for Broom. Tigers 13, Wolverines 11, 13:44 to play first half. Cheddar hard fake from a right wing 3. Gives left wing Wolf. Gets a screen moving right. Now dribbles to the left, down to the box, around a series of screens. Up, they got a piece with Chaney Johnson. Out of bounds near side. Pettiford diving for it, couldn't save it. Michigan's going to inbound with 4.2 to shoot.
Well, they'll get some type of zipper cut right here. They have time to get a middle pick and roll if they don't go directly inside to Golden on this action.
So Golden back in for Dusty May. 13:30 to play before halftime. Chris Moore, the graduate player, is in now for Bruce Pearl. 4.2 to shoot. Roddy Gale will be the inbounder near side hash mark with Auburn in front of Michigan 13-11. Gale looking, flicks it to the low right side. It's taken by Donaldson. He had a pretty good shot. He misses point blank, contested, and Auburn has it.
I can't believe he got that pass up. They had not nearly enough pressure on the inbounds pass.
There's a turnover. Gale pushing. They don't have numbers. Pettiford trying to beat him to the spot just as Gale entered the paint. And the officials are going to get Pettiford on a block.
Roddy Gale Jr. is a downhill driver. You know, his threes are an added bonus right now, but when he can drive down the middle or he can drive especially off the right wing to the baseline, very effective player for Michigan. Good drive to create contact.
Underneath out of bounds for Michigan. Donaldson the inbounder, 13-16 to play first half. Michigan trailing 13-11. They throw it into the far side backcourt. Gale goes all the way to the opposite baseline to retrieve it. Up over the timeline, going to our left, dribbles right wing, poked away, gets it back. Picks up the dribble, hands right wing to Gale. To Golden, rather. Golden backs down Broom, steps middle, pivots, lost it. Broom, the steal.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they got out of that with no contact. Neither's Dusty May.
Pettiford down the left of the paint, misses a challenged floater. Donaldson may have got a piece, and then it's out of bounds underneath. Last touch by Auburn. Bruce Pearl is pointing to Janai Broom and is irate, face flushed red, yelling at his star player.
Well, everybody's unhappy right now. Dusty's unhappy with the officials. Bruce is unhappy. If you're Michigan, you go right back inside on Janai Broom with Vlad Golden. Right back in.
Auburn in front 13-11 as we come up on the 12-minute mark first half. Donaldson, the former Auburn Tiger, gives straight away Golden. Golden backs down Broom, pivots, fakes, up at the leader. Got it. Pretty baby hook. And we are tied at 13.
Janai Broom has got to be better than you. Can't go for that shot fake. That's part of Vlad Golden's game down the middle of the floor. Broom is fortunate he doesn't have a second foul.
First points of the night for Vlad Golden. Pettiford fires a deep left wing 3. It's no good. Left iron. Rebound by the freshman Kaysen. Donaldson ahead of the field. Cheddar, and he's blocked at the rim by Pettiford. Cheddar thought that he had snuck behind the defense. Turned, and Pettiford was right there and met him with a left-handed block right at the summit.
It's beautiful. Tahad Pettiford is such a basketball player, such an athlete, averaging 19 points in this tournament. One of the leading scorers in the tournament as freshman, along with Cooper Flagg. Just phenomenal defense.
Underneath out of bounds, Wolf throws into the front court to Golden, and here we go. We hit the 12-minute mark first half with this one tied at 13. Wolf right wing picks up the dribble, goes low right pass to Golden, and as he turns to power up, the officials are going to get Cardwell here with a reach-in foul that will put Vlad Golden on the free throw line when we come back. First, a timeout on the floor with 11:54 to play in this first half in Atlanta, and Auburn and Michigan tied at 13. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
That's awful, hon.
My brother got life insurance from Ethos, and it only took 10 minutes. And he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit ethos.com/score. Ethos.com/score.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. Get an expert now on TurboTax.com. Only available with TurboTax Live Full Service. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile apps. See guarantee details at TurboTax.com/guarantees.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line.
Cheers, Insiders! Thanks so much for hanging out with us today during our SickKids Hospital and Toronto Sports Insider Bracket Mania campaign for the madness! Joe, please tell everybody in the chat more about our SickKids Hospital campaign.
Hey, Insiders! First and foremost, Mike and Allison want to thank you for being part of this amazing community. With March Madness in full swing, we need your help. This is Joe Bowen, the voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs. The TSI Bracket Mania campaign is raising money for SickKids Hospital in Toronto. Through the Final Four, a portion of the proceeds from every single game goes directly to SickKids. Click the pinned link in the chat or to the description to donate. Every bit helps. Can't donate? No problem. Just share the campaign with your friends or on social media to help make a huge impact. Click the link. And holy Mackinac, let's help heal the future today.
4 to play in this first half. Auburn has missed 6 of their last 7 shots, and Michigan right now shooting 5 of 14.
Well, Auburn, the game plan is to get everything higher so they can get downhill, find different ways to get the ball inside the broom. They have not been able to do that as well. Michigan's figured out going inside because Auburn is playing low post defense now with their hands. They haven't gotten away with it every time. They've gotten away with it a few times.
Michigan inbounds into the corner. Gale catch and shoot 3 short. Weak side rebound controlled by Cardwell. And Michigan one and done.
I hate out-of-bounds plays where you go into the corner, try to take the corner 3 off the first pass unless it's a short clock situation.
Denver Jones pump fakes on a straightaway 3. Gives left wing Pettiford. Back to Jones. He'll swing it right wing Kelly. Into the corner now. Chaney Johnson was out of bounds on the catch. Unforced turnover. 4th by the Tigers.
Yeah, I call that a kickstart. When you catch it there and you bring the back foot back first and touch that line, rather than planting your pivot, driving it, silly turnover.
All tied at 13 with 11:23 to play first half. Danny Wolf holds it above his head between the circles. Right wing pass to Golden. Golden gives to Donaldson around a screen. Catches back to the rim at the elbow. Turns and faces against Pettiford. Backs him down, center of the paint, turns right, flicks it up and in amongst the trees. Michigan retakes a 2-point lead.
Trey Donaldson gets a matchup like that. With that football background, that's nothing for him. They're going to have to do a better job of keeping him out of the middle.
Pettiford straight away, dribbles diagonally to the right high post, sealed off, steps back, fires. Short, but he's fouled by Donaldson on a 19-foot shot. Pettiford will go to the line for 2. It's the first against Donaldson. Spiro Denis and Tom Crean here in our Grainger broadcast position in Atlanta. When you need products in a pinch, Grainger offers same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. Click Grainger.com or stop by for industrial-grade supplies for your business. Tahad Pettiford, who has been on a sensational run, 19.5 points in the tournament. SEC all-freshman team misses on the first.
Well, he's got so many different ways to score. He loves to come off that ball screen and do what's called a snake, where he tries to get you to attack the help. At first, he wants to get the man on his back so he can snake it, He can back up. He can step back. That's how he got fouled on the step back.
Hits the second free throw, cuts Michigan's lead to a point, 15-14 with 10:53 to play before halftime. Errant pass on the inbound. It's taken by Chaney Johnson. Gives to Pettiford on the attack, downhill. Lays it in. Tigers retake the lead.
Great steal. Pettiford is so quick and elevated. He came off 2 feet and scored that on the right side off the board.
16-15 Tigers. Here comes Burnett on the attack from the left wing. Two-handed dunk, turned back. Tigers pushing the other way with Kelly. A straightaway transition three. Wild miss. He was 5 feet beyond the three-point line. Michigan the other way. Jones a corner three. That's no good. Weak side rebound. Auburn ahead of the pack is Pettiford. Now he skips it far corner. Kelly a three. Back rim missed it. So back-to-back missed threes by Miles Kelly. Michigan the other way. 16-15 Auburn. We hit the midway point. Wolf a deep right wing three, and he sticks it.
Well, they're going under on Danny Wolf, and that time he read it early. He didn't fade. He planted that left foot, went straight up, banged the three from deep.
Michigan 18, Auburn 16, 9:47 to play first half. Sweet 16 in Atlanta. Winner moving on to take on Michigan State in the Elite Eight. Cardwell holding, top of the circle, bounces left high post. Johnson backs down against his man. His pass out to Jones, deflected. Jones takes diagonally to the free throw line. Shoots a step back, fall away, misses high post. Offensive rebound, Cardwell. Out right wing, Kelly. Downhill to the rim. Turned back at the cup by Golden. Up the floor comes Jones, behind his back, into the paint. Hands for the trailing Golden. It's loose, knocked away. Chaney Johnson the other way. Auburn on the break, left corner. Kelly, open three. He buries it. Auburn 19, Michigan 18. 9 left before the half. And we got some fireworks here in Atlanta. Here comes Wolf attacking from the top of the circle, lays it up and in, right-handed scoop, left side.
And that's that vintage pick and roll action, 4-5 between Danny Wolf and Vlad Golden. He's tired, but that gave him a little juice.
20-19 Michigan, 8:37 left first half, 9 for Danny Wolf. Auburn, 7 offensive rebounds, 6 second chance points. Pettiford a step back right wing three. Back rim, no good. Rebound Reuben Jones in Michigan. Jones a long pass ahead of the field. Burnett in the corner. Catch and shoot three is short. Rebound Cardwell. And Michigan is 2 of 7 from deep. Pettiford right wing. Attacks right around Golden. No one home. Open layup. Auburn back in front.
Tahad Pettiford, he read it beautifully. Had Vlad Golden on him. Gave him a little hesitation. Never switched hands. Got a clean, easy layup.
We move past the 8-minute mark. Auburn 21, Michigan 20. Golden barrels down the paint from the top of the circle. Layup in a crowd. Missed it. Rebound Kelly and the Tigers. Auburn in all white going to our right. Pettiford holding. Leans over at the left 28-foot hash mark.
This game is flying.
Here he comes diagonally to the mid-post right. Stops on a dime. Still holding. Kicks out for the reset to Denver Jones in the center circle. Jones with 8 to shoot. Crosses over. Fires a straightaway three. Heel of the rim. No. Long rebound. Deflected out off the hands of Cardwell in the front court far side. It'll go to Michigan when we come back. A timeout on the floor with 7:24 to play in this opening half in Atlanta, with Auburn in front of Michigan 21-20. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
I need new rotors.
When you buy 2 Duralast rotors during our spring sale, you get Duralast brake pads free.
Free?
With the rotors.
Well, that's great. What if I need extra stopping power?
You can upgrade to Duralast Gold pads for just $10.
So Duralast pads are free?
Yep.
And an upgrade is just $10?
That's right. Part of the spring sale at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. With Indeed Sponsored Jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for relevant candidates so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Plus, with Indeed Sponsored Jobs, there are no monthly subscriptions, and you only pay for results. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
Whether you're tinkering in your garage or tackling big projects, if you know the value of working with your hands, you know Harbor Freight. And you can be confident knowing that at Harbor Freight, you can get quality tools at prices that work just as hard as you do. Because the only thing more satisfying than a job well done is a job well done, well under budget. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight.
To win in basketball takes a can-do spirit. So shave with Barbasol and inspire your team. Raise that red, white, and blue can and yell, "We can do this." If it doesn't work, you still got a great shave. Barbasol, it's a can of can-do.
Whether you're shaping up a small yard or tackling serious acreage, Steel walk-behind, zero-turn, and stand-on mowers are built to get the job done. Shop online or at your local Steel dealer. Steel, let's go mow. Available at participating dealers.
Here in Atlanta, time now for our Kohl's Fact of the Game. Michigan's 27 wins deliver the first 20-plus win season for the Wolverines since the 18-19 season. It also gave Dusty May the best ever school win-loss record for a first-year men's basketball coach. That's the Fact of the Game, sponsored by Kohl's. Make this spring a stylish one with on-trend looks for every occasion when you shop at Kohl's and Kohls.com, where families come first. 7:24 to play before halftime here in Atlanta. Auburn 21, Michigan 20. Coach, this has been a wild pace. Auburn is 3 of 14 from the three-point line. What are you seeing so far?
Way too many threes, but they are offensive rebounding them. But the game is so fast. Auburn has taken some tough shots. The game was flying. Tough jump shots. It's what Auburn does, and then they're at the mercy of the offensive glass. But the pace did affect the Michigan bigs. There's no doubt about that, because they went a long time, a lot of stretches. The average basketball game right now is just a little over 6 possessions without a stopping clock. We went way beyond that in that segment.
State Farm Arena sold out, better than 17,000. Chad Baker, Mazzara, and Janai Broom have checked back into the game for Bruce Pearl. And Roddy Gale is in for Dusty May in Michigan. Wolverines have it in their dark blue maize uniforms going to our left. Roddy Gale, the Ohio State transfer, gives left front court to Wolf. Wolf against Cardwell, dribbles between the legs multiple times. Now dribbles left around his screen, attacks up to the rim, explodes for the two-handed clutch.
Well, they just got Chad Baker Mazzara was taken out of help. All right, that was the Oklahoma drill in football. All right, and he just drove right by him. Danny Wolf had no traffic to get to the rim.
Errant pass, Baker Mazzara trying to feed the post to Broom, poked away. Here comes Jones up to the rim. Hard take. Is fouled on a dunk attempt, but they're going to put Reuben Jones at the free throw line as Michigan coach takes advantage of the fast break opportunity. And with 6:43 left in a half, a chance to build on a 1-point lead. Do you like your protein crunchy, chewy, salty, or sweet? If you've got goals, Quest has cheats. From bars to protein milkshakes to chips and crackers, Quest Nutrition is big on protein, low on sugar, and huge on flavor. It's basically cheating. Reuben Jones hits the first of 2, and Michigan's got a 2-point lead.
Well, Reuben Jones, first he got the steal on his own man, so they couldn't get the switch. The possession before with Chad Baker Mazzara, which got Danny Wolf the dunk, and then he just comes flying down and puts pressure on the rim, forces the referees to make a call, impacting the game since that last time out.
Reuben Jones, the graduate senior transfer from North Texas, hits both. This has been a crazy half. 4 ties, 9 lead changes, and it's a 3-point Michigan lead, 24-21. Here comes Denver Jones down the left of the lane, misses on a challenge layup by Cheddar, and then the officials say jump as Jones took the rebound. Possession arrow gives it to Michigan.
I like the call. I mean, it was good. There was no foul there. It's a very good call by referee Tommy Morrissey to call it a jump ball. He made the drive. There was verticality. The ball goes up. Two hands. Two people have the ball.
Roddy Gale's going to make it, beg your pardon. It's Reuben Jones walking it over midcourt. 6:23 to play, first half. Michigan 24, Auburn 21. Here comes Danny Wolf curling down the paint. Misses a tough flick over the shoulder against Broom, and Auburn the other way.
This off-the-ball contact right now, Spiro, I haven't seen anything like this all year.
Janai Broom, tough pass, right of the lane, trying to find a cutting Cheney Johnson down the paint. Too far in front, out of bounds underneath, turnover.
Yeah, Janai Broom is looking like it's Cheney Johnson's fault. Don't put so much on the pass. He let him too much on that. Right now, this is in Michigan's favor. They're attacking. They're great in different seals. They're really going at the pace of the game. Very smart play by Michigan.
6 Auburn turnover as we cross the 6-minute mark. Boy, then the bad pass. Golden has to save it on the edge of the score table. Broom the steal. Ahead to Jones, and he streaks in for the transition layup.
The announcer's jinx was smart play because that was one of the worst plays we've seen all game, trying to make Glad Golden catch that ball that far out.
Auburn within a point, 24-23, 5.5 to play, first half. Reuben Jones dribbling to the front court, gives left wing to Burnett. Burnett leads into Kelly, puts it on the deck, back to the rim, now faces, shoots a step back off the crossover, and buries it on a left wing three, 4-point Michigan lead.
Well, that's not a play you draw up, but that's a shot you work on in the offseason if you're Namari Burnett.
Going to get a whistle here on Michigan out on the perimeter. It's against Roddy Gale as Miles Kelly is bumped on the catch with 5:13 to play in the half, and Michigan in front of Auburn 27-23.
Now, Auburn was really counting on Michigan getting some overplays, and they're really not doing that with any of their bigs, so they're allowing catches. Great backdoor.
Cheney Johnson goes backdoor to the cutting Kelly, and his layup dunk attempt is turned back. Roddy Gale up the floor, picks up the dribble at the elbow. They leave him wide open, so he shoots, misses back of the rim. Rebound, Broom.
Now, Dusty May's got to feel good. You're up 4. Danny Wolf's on the bench getting a blow.
Michigan 27, Auburn 23 as we cross the 5-minute mark, first half. Baker Mazzara, right wing, gives low right to Broom. Powers up, misses, lefty flick over the shoulder against Golden. Michigan pushes. Up ahead, Donaldson, left wing transition 3. Baker Mazzara got a fingertip on it. Loose ball, Broom. Back come the Tigers near side. Broom attacks all the way down the box, spins, contact, offensive. Will Cheddar beat him to the spot.
He really did. Auburn doesn't like the call. Janai Broom doesn't like the call. Bruce Pearl doesn't like the call. But Janai Broom went square in the chest. I think that's an easy call.
First one against Broom. Danny Wolf and Reuben Jones now coach back in. 4:24 to play in the half, and Michigan with possession and a 27-23 lead.
Now, if you're Michigan, you've got to try to get Janai Broom into a switch on Danny Wolf.
Donaldson, errant pass from the wing, trying to go one-handed bounce to the cutting Wolf on the baseline. Way too far in front. It's a Michigan turnover.
Everybody's got good intentions with these back cuts, but whether it's the pass being late, whether it's the defender playing it, they're not there right now. They're almost forcing back cuts inside of this game. Both teams have got to spread it out a little bit more. Danny Wolf being back in gives you another big-time facilitator for Michigan's offense.
Baker Mazzara dribbling, top of the circle, trying to fend off Donaldson. A series of fakes, up and under, up with the flick, and he rolls it in just inside the free throw line for his first points.
Chad Baker Mazzara is such a crafty scorer, especially when he's driving left. Great push shot in the paint.
Michigan 27, Auburn 25, 3:50 left first half. And Baker Mazzara to steal. Left wing goes behind the back, trying to get it to Broom down the paint, stolen by Michigan. Wolverines push, alley-oop. Donaldson trying to oop it with a lob to Golden, left of the basket, way too high, and it's out of bounds in the corner. We're going to get a timeout.
Just like in Lamaze class, you learn how to take cleansing breaths. All right, I learned that a lot. Everybody needs one right now in these huddles. It's out of control. People getting frustrated, trying to make plays. Just take a breath and slow down.
Timeout on the floor with 3:36 to play, first half in Atlanta, and Michigan in front of Auburn 27-25. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-523-7809. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-523-7809. That's 800-523-7809.
Hey, you! Yeah, you! This is Joe Bowen, the voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Are you checking your bracket during the commercial break like the rest of us? Thanks for chatting it up and enjoying this March Madness live hangout with us. So why not make it official? Hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a live game. We're on a mission to hit 100,000 insiders. And you can help us grow this amazing community of sports fans making a difference. Join the conversation, keep it classy, and we'll see you in the chat. Good luck to your team and your bracket.
More at MarriottBonvoy.com/NCAA.
Checking the tournament schedule with games coming up on Westwood One, sponsored by the 2027 X15 engine from Cummins, featuring better fuel efficiency, immense power, and backed by 25 years plus of experience. The 2027 X15 is built to rise above the challenges of tomorrow. The X15, forever rising. Early game tonight, Michigan State 73, Ole Miss 70. So now Tom Izzo and the Spartans await the winner here between Michigan and Auburn. And with 3:36 to play before halftime, the Wolverines lead the Tigers, Coach, 27-25. We've had turnovers on the last 4 combined possessions.
Well, Trey Donaldson, I used to say to him to Yogi Ferrell all the time when we had him, don't go into a game to try to prove how good you are. Know how good you are. And Yogi Ferrell is the last great point guard I coached. I would say the same thing to Trey Donaldson right now. Don't try to prove to Auburn how good you are. All right, just go out there and be that good. Right now he's rushing. He's trying to go too fast. He's trying to throw some passes that aren't there. If Trey Donaldson settles down, Michigan is going to play even better.
And we welcome those of you just joining us from across our network. Here in Atlanta, 3:30 to play before halftime. Auburn with possession. They're down 27-25. Baker Mazzara has it at the left hash mark. His pass deflected back into his hands. Gives high post left Broom. Backs down, steps middle, deflected out of his hands. Loose ball to Johnson. Johnson backing down low right against Gale. 8 to shoot. Johnson turns, fires, and hits off the mid-post, and we are tied at 27.
We said it was not going to be just the 2 bigs that started. It's going to be one coming off the bench, and that's what Chaney Johnson just brought.
We're past the 3-minute mark. Kaysen backdoor for the cutter underneath Gale. Up off the fake and lays it in.
Great play by L.J. Kaysen. I like right now giving Trey Donaldson a blow. Kaysen is as good an athlete on the court right now as anybody.
Michigan back in front, 29-27, 2:40 to play first half. Baker Mazzara catches top of the key into the paint, up with the little flick, misses the tap. No. Broom, a second try, no, but he's fouled. 2 stabs by Broom at the offensive rebound. Gets himself to the free throw line where he can tie it with 2:33 left in the half. The official NCAA ticket exchange is the only NCAA-approved place to buy and sell authentic, 100% guaranteed Final Four tickets with other fans. Visit the official NCAA ticket exchange today, ncaa.com/exchange.
Right now, Janai Broom just misses his first free throw. He's really down on the free throw line because he fades. He's shooting 47% coming into tonight's game in the last 5. And you can see why, because he falls back early. The shoulders have to be in front. He's not doing that.
Broom, the left-handed shooter, SEC Player of the Year, hits the second. His first point since the 13:454 mark of the half.
He's really got to get himself going. He's missed some close shots. He missed that free throw. He's playing hard, but he's got to play with more burst and a little more lift.
Michigan 29, Auburn 28, 2:20 to play. Wolf doing his dance, right wing, now backs down against Broom, stops at the line, fakes, powers around him, misses the little floater in traffic. Rebound underneath by Broom. Outlets near side, Pettiford underneath. Boy, trying to find a cutting Johnson, who was diving straight down the paint, couldn't squeeze it, had an open layup, out of bounds underneath.
I know, and everybody's looking at Chaney Johnson like it's all his fault. That's where you got to pick him back up. Tahad Pettiford's doing that. He didn't mean to miss the pass.
2:06 to play. Another Auburn turnover. Their ninth. They're down 29-28. Roddy Gale off the right corner, backs his way down to the box, turns, bobbled, lost it underneath. It's loose, fighting for it. Kelly and Gale. Officials say jump. Possession arrow favors the Tigers.
Well, right now the game favors the Tigers because Michigan's offense is discombobulated. They're not guarding Danny Wolf out at the three-point line, so rather than take a three, he's trying to drive it into traffic. They're trying to make plays against one of the best inside the paint defenses in the country right now, rather than trying to get the game higher and get some real drives downhill.
1:40 to play in the half. Broom hands off straight away to Pettiford. He gives to Kelly. Hard fake from three. Backs away and resets. Dribbles right around a screen. Fires a contested three. Misses right wing. It's loose. Chaney Johnson rips it away. Out to Jones. Open three from the left. Missed it. Rims out. Rebound Golden. 1:20 to play in the half. Michigan 28, Auburn 29-28. Loose ball, Golden, right wing, attacks down to the box, misses a leaning floater. Johnson, a loose ball. Ahead of the pack to Kelly, into the paint, poked away by Kaysen. He's got the steal. Here comes Reuben Jones up the floor into the paint, hands off underneath to Golden. Golden up, reversing against Broom. Bumped, fouled, he'll shoot two.
Well, Bruce Pearl's looking for a travel over there. He might be right, but that was definitely a foul on Janai Broom. This game, I give the officials credit. This game is so wild right now. It's really out of control on both ends. Neither team has even had any sense of what they need to do offensively. Auburn has got Michigan completely sped up right now.
So Vlad Golden, young man born in Russia, played for Dusty May at Florida Atlantic, misses on the first. Spiro Ditas and Tom Green at our Grainger broadcast position here in Atlanta. Keep your team moving forward with Grainger. With over 1 million industrial-grade products, Grainger can help your business get a leg up. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
Trivia, do you know who Vlad started his college career with, Spiro?
Tell me, Coach.
In the tournament. Chris
Texas
Beard.
Tech.
Texas Tech. This guy's played for some coaches.
What a route it's been for him, as he misses on both. And so the Wolverines lead still 29-28 with 44 seconds left. Broom has it, low left, turns, lefty leaner, no, and then flailing at the rebound. It goes in off glass. And Auburn back in front with 30 seconds left in a half. Despite shooting 32%. 30-29. Donaldson, the former Tiger, in the center circle, looks back to Dusty May for the play call. 14 to shoot, 17 left in the half. Donaldson leaning over, dribbling in the center circle. Auburn is out of fouls. Donaldson dribbles left, picks it up. Straight away Golden. Dribbles left, spins, backs down the paint, misses at the rim. Challenged by Broom. Kelly on the push, 1 second. He'll fire from center court. No good. As we reach halftime in a wild, frenetic first half pace, with Auburn taking a 1-point lead into the halftime locker room.
You say frenetic, I say chaotic, but it has been wild, Spiro. Both teams really need to come together and get settled in on how they're going to attack offensively.
Auburn shoots 32% from the half. Michigan not much better at 35%. Danny Wolf was 5 of 10. The rest of Michigan was 6 of 21. So halftime here in Atlanta, Auburn 30 and Michigan 29. When we return, we'll head back to our Straight Talk Wireless studios for the halftime report. Need more data so you can stream your Jam Mix on loop? Switch to Straight Talk and get real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network. Straight Talk available at Walmart or straighttalk.com. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA radio network.
Get 5 quarts of O'Reilly Full Synthetic Motor Oil and a MicroGuard oil filter for $29.99. In-store only. Limit supply.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Monster.com helps you slam dunk the job search and make your next career move. With great coaching and millions of job openings, Monster.com empowers you to score your next position and win the job hunt. Get off the bench and go to Monster.com today.
This March Madness, Wendy's has a $1 JBC or double stack with in-app offer and purchase. So we're throwing the biggest watch party in the country and giving you the best seats to watch all the action. But just so you know, the seats are in a Wendy's, and the action is just staring at the $1 JBC or double stack in front of you. Also, you can bring a +1, if it's a burger. When it's gotta be fresh, gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. Participating Wendy's. Limit 1 JBC or double stack or qualifying item per offer with additional purchase. Wendy's app account registration required.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Well, a combination of football, rugby, basketball, a whole bunch of things that first half in Atlanta. 10 lead changes. Auburn leads Michigan at the break 30-29. Brad Heller with you in our Westwood One Broadcast Center, and let's check the tournament scoreboard in this Sweet 16, sponsored by Maintain X. Maintain X is the asset and maintenance app that brings your unplanned downtime to zero. Try for free at maintainx.com/MVP. That's maintain and the letter x.com/MVP. In Indianapolis, the 1 seed in the Midwest, Houston, the 4 seed Purdue, playing about 70 miles from its campus, also in a football stadium, so not a recipe for the Cougars for good three-point shooting, but so far so good.
Tied at 12. Cryer at the top of the keel. Feed Uzan. Uzan on the right-hand wing with 14 to shoot. Working the left-hand dribble. Dribbles top of the key. Step back three from there. Rattles around and home. Milos Uzan is just so good. He caught fire from three midway through the Big 12 season and really hasn't looked back.
Well, he is now 13 of his last 19 from three, and it must look like he's throwing a ball in the ocean right now.
Kevin Kugler, Robbie Hummel on the call there. Milos Uzan 3 for 3 from deep. 9 points. Houston up 15-13 on Purdue. They are midway through the first half. You can hear that one on the new Westwood One Sports app. Winner of that one will take on the Tennessee Volunteers, who led for most of this one. Kentucky only was up 32 seconds. Volunteers pulled away 78-65 the final score. They're going to back-to-back Elite Eights for the first time in program history. Zakai Ziegler led the way with 18 points. First game in Atlanta, Michigan State and Ole Miss, the 2 versus the 6. The Rebels up 10 in the first half. Michigan State took its first lead with 7:50 to go. After that, the teams went back and forth. Michigan State going up on a Jaden Akins basket with under 2 minutes to go. Ole Miss missed at the other end. What would Sparty do after that?
Inbounds to Holloman, far side front court. Guarded by Barnes. Dribbles to the right wing. Still dribbling. Guarded by Barnes. 10 to shoot. 44 seconds left. Holloman's lead pass underneath Cooper. Up to the rim. Puts it down point blank. 4-point Spartans lead.
Michigan State would lead by 4 at that point. Ole Miss cut it to 2 on a couple of occasions in the final minute, but the Spartans hit their free throws, 13 of 14 in the second half, and they hold on 73-70. So the last 2 games in the tournament, in the second round against New Mexico, here in the Sweet 16 against Ole Miss, Spartans were down at halftime, but Tom Izzo's team finding a way, and they're going back to the Elite Eight for the first time since 2019.
First of all, that team was the toughest, most physical defensive team that we've played in years. I love these guys because they keep grinding. It's hard to believe that 2 days we're playing for a chance to do one of the all-time great things in any basketball player's life, and that's play for a Final Four. And I'm proud and happy for them. They've earned it. They've deserved it. They did it.
11th Elite Eight for Tom Izzo, and this is the 8th time this season Michigan State has won a game when being down by double digits, 73-70 the final score, and Sparty will face either Auburn or Michigan coming up on Sunday. The Tigers have a 1-point lead on the Wolverines at halftime, 30-29. Coming up, Nick Ba's going to join me. We're going to preview the Elite Eight, which tips off tomorrow. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
I've got to say, I don't think anybody can dethrone Quest Nutrition. They've got nutrition on point with indulgent bars in every flavor you can imagine. On the wings, you've got flavors like nacho cheese protein chips and spicy cheddar crackers. Talk about a 1-2 punch of protein. Have I mentioned the rich, creamy protein milkshakes they have down low? 45 grams of protein. Now that's power. Quest Nutrition. Big on protein, low on sugar, huge.
The tournament is here. March Madness is here. The craziness is here. Don't forget, hit that like button down below and share this link out so we can get more basketball fans here in the chat, hanging out with us, cheering on your favorite team.
Clayton steals it and lays it in. Clayton a good look. Hit 6.
Check out our new website, www.torontosportsinsider.com, and check out the link that is in the description as well as in the chat that shows where all of the live viewers are watching from. Are you an insider yet? Have you hit that subscribe button? I bet you have now. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for checking out our Bracket Mania campaign. A lot more coming up soon.
What a great scene this is.
Stunning. Absolutely stunning.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. This is Joe Bowen, the voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Thanks for chatting it up and enjoying this March Madness live hangout with us.
Sad as well, and it's amazing how this tournament just flies by. You know, like you get a bracket, and before you know it, the madness starts, and it flies through. But this is sad. We'll try to end on a high note with a great conversation here.
Oh, great! I'm looking forward to this. So let's dive into the Elite Eight. I mean, first with Duke and Alabama. Look, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that the Crimson Tide aren't going to hit 25 three-pointers like they did in the Sweet 16. So if they're not hitting 25 threes, how can they beat this Duke team?
Well, it's what's amazing is that Bama hadn't been shooting it great over the last handful of games, but what they had been doing is getting easy baskets, and that's the duality of analytics-driven basketball. It's threes and layups. Threes, free throws, layups. And Bama had been winning the easy basket game. If I'm not mistaken, I think they had led the NCAA tournament in dunks through the first weekend of the tournament. Now, that's going to be challenging against Malawach and the size that Duke has. They're the tallest team in the country. But if you get super spread out, you know, just picture a basketball court. You get super spread out trying to defend the three-point line. There's a lot of real estate in the interior for Amori and those guys to get in there and finish at the rim. So you hope the threat of the three-point shot opens things up for Bama inside to try to get some easy baskets, and then transition as well. I mean, size has a way of being negated in a fast-paced, open floor kind of a game. And so the more Bama can make this game a fast-paced, up-and-down game, and the less they can go against the half-court set defense of the Blue Devils, the better. So transition, try to get some layups, maybe utilize the threat of the three-point shot to open up those things.
And in the West region, the Florida-Texas Tech matchup, what do you think that game will come down to?
Rebounding is going to be huge. Florida's really good on the glass. It'll be interesting to see how much Condon's able to play. Hurt his ankle halfway through the first half, played a little bit in the second half. He's the third-team All-SEC performer. I think rebounding is going to be massively important. Florida really does a nice job of getting on the glass. And then the one thing with Florida, and you saw it in the first half against the Terps, they can get a little casual with the ball, and they can turn. They can, for a group with great guards, I don't know if they're overconfident and maybe try to thread some needles that aren't really there from a passing standpoint. But Texas Tech will be disruptive defensively when they need to, and so I think turnovers for the Gators, and then rebounding Tech and their ability to keep Florida off the glass is going to be incredibly important. Because if you're allowing Florida with all that depth and all that firepower, you're giving them second and third opportunities. You're in for a rough night. And then of course I thought Clayton was a little quiet in that win over Maryland, but he's their superstar, and to get all the way to the Final Four, you got to have your star shine. So I think Texas Tech's ability to contain Clayton, in particular on ball screens, he loves to line up threes off of on-ball screens. You got to make sure you're on point and don't let him tee up some easy ones off the bounce.
That is Nick Boz. We look ahead to the Elite Eight, which tips off tomorrow. Nick, enjoyed this the entire tournament. Thank you as always, and enjoy the games the rest of the way. We appreciate it.
You as well. Thank you.
And while we have a second during this halftime, we want to update you on the Women's Sweet 16, which got started today. One game is at halftime right now. UCLA, the 1 seed in the Spokane 1 region, up on Ole Miss at halftime, 30-29. Winner of that game will take on the 3 seed LSU, which beat NC State 80-73. Earlier, the Birmingham 2 region, defending champ South Carolina, down at halftime, rallied to beat Maryland, the 4 seed, 71-67. Dawn Staley calling it an ugly win. The defending champs on to their 5th straight Elite Eight. They will take on the 2 seed Duke Blue Devils, their first Elite Eight in 12 years, as they beat North Carolina 47-38. Of course, you can hear the women's tournament from, at this point, the Sweet 16 through the national championship game on Westwood One. You can catch that UCLA Ole Miss game on the all-new Westwood One Sports app. On the men's side, Auburn up on Michigan 30-29 at the break. We're going to rejoin Spiro Ditas and Tom Crean at State Farm Arena after this. From the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, this is the men's basketball tournament.
There's nothing more defeating than a bracket busted during the first few rounds. Clearly, you didn't have the right stats and data to make the right pick. Don't make the same mistake with hiring for your small business. Find top-tier talent in the right place with LinkedIn. LinkedIn has professionals you can't find anywhere else, including those who aren't actively looking for a new job, but might be open to the perfect role. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/SXM. That's linkedin.com/SXM. Terms and conditions apply.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on retirement contributions, a very handsome reward indeed. With Robinhood Gold, your annual IRA contributions are boosted by 3%. Plus, you also get 4% APY on your cash and non-retirement accounts. That's over 8 times the national savings average. The perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% IRA boost on annual contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. Rates subject to change. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold at $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Over 8 times the national average savings account interest rate claim is based on data from the FDIC as of November 18th, 2024. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
You can just move through life, or you can find the things that move you. It's your choice. Choose joy. Choose the road. Choose your shot. Take it. Choose to get in there. Choose your calling. Choose your path. Just choose. We craft cars for those who choose to do more than simply move. You know who you are. Mazda. Move and be moved.
I wake up.
Here in Atlanta, our halftime coverage continues with Auburn in front of Michigan 30-29, but the number 1 overall seed in the field get everything they could handle from Dusty May and the Wolverines in what was a wild first half. Let's check the halftime stats, sponsored by Barbasol. Feeling great starts with a great shave, and great shaves start with Barbasol shaving cream. For whatever your day brings, choose Barbasol. It's a can of can-do. Both teams really struggling with their shooting. Auburn was 32%. They committed 10 turnovers. Michigan, meantime, shot it at 35.5% and committed 8 turnovers overall. The rebounding numbers, 29-17 for the Tigers. 11 of those 29 rebounds for Auburn were on the offensive glass. And for Michigan, over the final 3 minutes of the half, they did not score a point. Committed 4 turnovers over the final 5 minutes and 30 seconds. In some ways, Dusty May has to look up and feel really encouraged that his team is only down by 1 point. The Wolverines and the Tigers have just taken the floor as we get set for the final 20 minutes. Our halftime score, Auburn 30 and Michigan 29. When we return, we'll have the start of the second half. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA radio network.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer. Your business needed to hire someone yesterday.
What's up, insiders? Thanks for hanging out with us. And if you're new here, basketball fans, welcome. Thanks for becoming an insider and hitting that subscribe button. Turning on that bell so you don't miss it when we go live for every single game of March Madness. We did 53 games in 4 days, raising money for SickKids Hospital in Toronto as part of our Bracket Mania campaign. Just by being here, you're making a difference. And with that, I ask you to please continue making that awesome difference by sharing this link out and getting it out to the world. The more people that click on the link that you share, the more YouTube will find more and more basketball fans from all over the world to come hang out with us. Thank you for doing that. We'll see you back in the chat, and go Gators!
Amazing is happening here. Teams are using AI to improve performance. That's because CDW data engineers are unlocking the next era of AI with Intel Core Ultra processors. With the power to run workloads faster, your business has a better shot at success. Intel and CDW. Make amazing happen.
Learn more at cdw.com/Intel Client.
Westwood One presents Great Moments in Tournament History.
March 19th, 2015. Few gave 14th seeded Georgia State much of a chance when they took to the court versus number 3 Baylor. And when they trailed by double digits with just under 2 minutes to play, those chances looked even slimmer. But a furious Panther rally set the stage for the kill.
Hunter gives a Shipes back to Hunter for 3. Good! 2.6 to play. Georgia State takes a 1-point lead. The shot knocked Ron Hunter right off his chair.
R.J. Hunter's dramatic shot gave Georgia State the stunning win and caused his dad and head coach Ron to fall off the rolling chair he'd been using to patrol the sideline after tearing his Achilles tendon, celebrating his team's victory to get into the big dance. With another great moment in tournament history, I'm Kevin Kugler.
Back with you in Atlanta, just about ready for the start of the second half with Auburn in front of Michigan 30-29. Let's get you our second half keys. Sponsored by Wago. Trust your game, trust your wiring with Wago electrical connectors. Gear up at wago.com/hoops for your next electrical project. Coach, what do you have?
Well, this game was so fast. We got to get to selective running, right? We run, we look, it's not there. Whoever can get back to some of their main offensive actions the best, whether it's Auburn with their flex-type offense to get cuts and get it back inside, whether it's Michigan to play out of the high post with Golden and Wolf, that's what's going to be key right now. Michigan is getting destroyed on the glass. I mean, they're down 12 in the board game, and some of it is because Auburn has been doing such a great job of offensive rebounding, especially their missed threes. Michigan's got to get back into the game with the rebounding game. And then again, it really comes down to who can establish going in the paint so they can get that whistle blown, not on wild plays, but on set plays inside.
And as you said, this crazy, chaotic pace with both teams sloppy clearly favors Auburn. They have proven that they can win this way and like to play this way.
Well, and they can lose this way, too. And the problem is that Michigan can't really play this way. Auburn got Michigan playing their game. And that's where if Michigan can come out and be that selective running team, get some things inside, play through Danny Wolf, not only where they're backing off or switching the pick and roll, but move him around, it's going to be important. But there's no way Bruce Pearl could be happy with all those crazy shots in the first half.
Players trickling back onto the floor. It's time for the start of the second half. Sponsored by Indeed.com. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. Indeed's sponsor feature helps you stand out and hire fast. Start at Indeed.com/credit. Michigan Wolverines in the Sweet 16 for the 6th time in the last 8 NCAA tournaments. Only Gonzaga has more during that stretch. Auburn, meantime, in their first Sweet 16 since their last Final Four run in 2019 under Bruce Pearl. A win tonight would set a new school record with what would be their 31st win of the season. Winner moving on to the Elite Eight at a Sunday date at 5 p.m. Eastern against Michigan State. Michigan will inbound the basketball in their dark blue maize uniforms. Auburn in all white, and here we go. Second half begins. Inbound backcourt to Donaldson with Michigan down 30-29. Danny Wolf picks up the dribble between the circles, gives right front court to Donaldson. Donaldson pass straight away to Golden. Right wing feed to Burnett around his screen, curling down the left of the paint, up to the rim. They got a piece with Cardwell, long loose ball. Broom, 3-on-1, right side pass. Kelly bobbles it. They had a 3-on-1 break, and they turn it over.
Yeah, he wanted that lob. He's got to catch the ball before he can make that lob to Broom. But right now, Michigan is Dylan Cardwell is not leaving that paint. He really doesn't have to. Michigan has got to figure out how they're going to get the bigs to open up the paint just a little bit because these drives are not clean for them.
Auburn
at the end of the first or now. I'm sorry.
Auburn averages 9 turnovers a game. That was their 11th already. Opening minutes, second half. Danny Wolf, left wing, gives to Burnett straight away. Right wing feed to Jones. Jones backs away to the front court, now attacks to the left. Top of the circle, gives right wing to Wolf. 7 to shoot. Wolf dribbles, shoots a step back, right wing 3, and sticks it over Broom. Michigan back in front by 2.
Great step back by by Danny Wolf. He knew exactly what he wanted. When he plants that left foot, he looks like Luka Doncic shooting that ball.
Michigan 32, Auburn 30, buck 10 gone by. Baker Mazzara straightaway 3, back rim no, rebound Burnett in Michigan. Michigan with its first field goal that last sequence since there were 3 minutes left in the first half, and then an unforced turnover. Donaldson giving it to Wolf, right wing. Wolf just bobbled it, wasn't really guarded, and they turn it over.
Yeah, that's a tough play by Danny Wolf, but I like what Trey Donaldson did. He's trying to get him pumped back up. Nobody overreacting. It'll settle in. There's so many side conversations going on this court between Trey Donaldson and his old teammates. First it was Denver Jones at the beginning of the half. Now it's Janai Broome.
Donaldson last 2 years with the Tigers. What a moment for him against his former mates. Jones one-handed pass low right to Broome. Up off the hesitation. Lefty reverse left side. We're tied at 32.
Vintage Auburn action. That flex rollback.
Here comes Wolf, top of the circle. Backs his way down to the box. Across the paint. Misses a tough scoot over Broome. And Auburn on the push the other way. Going left. Here comes Jones, left wing. Sealed by Reuben Jones. Hands to Kelly, who hands back to Denver Jones. Jones on a reset, edge of the center circle, dribbles right. As we cross the 18-minute mark, Baker Mazzara gives high post right to Broome, back to the basket against Wolf. Broome backs him down, steps middle, crowded up across the paint. Wild little flick miss from the box. Rebound Burnett. Burnett pushing, goes coast to coast to the rack, is blocked but fouled. Went 3/4 lengths of the floor all the way to the rim, and he's going to earn himself a trip to the free throw line.
That's exactly how you attack Auburn. When they were 1-3 after losing winning the championship against Kentucky, coming into this NCAA tournament, they were giving up 34% of their points inside the block charge circle. Whether it's a basket, whether it's a foul, those add up. Michigan knows that. They're attacking that rim when they can in the open floor.
Foul on Cardwell was his second, and Burnett misses short on the first. Later on, we'll select the smart coaching move of the day, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Amari Burnett hits the second. Young man who has endured some of the lean years in Ann Arbor. Part of their resurgence. He's given the Wolverines a 33-32 lead with 2.5 gone by in the second half. Janai Broome, right wing, gives left wing now to Jones. Jones around a screen, moving right, hands to Broome. Broome thought about it, now fires a three. It's short. Offensive rebound, Cardwell. Poked away, he retrieves it, gives straight away Broome. Left wing, Baker Mazzara. Puts it on the deck, curling dribble into the paint. Off balance flick from the free throw line. Short front rim. Burnett pushing the other way. Doesn't have numbers. Lays it up and in anyway. Michigan 35, Auburn 32.
Namari Burnett played at Alabama. Who else? Trivia. Who did he start his career with? Take a guess. Chris Beard. Chris Beard's all over this game.
Denver Jones left wing poked away, and Reuben Jones with the rip. Up the floor to Wolf. Wolf got himself in his traffic underneath. His pass out is taken by Broome. A turnover. Up the floor comes Jones. Up and under, reverse layup, knowing that it's Broome cleaning up the mess. Flails at it, right side of the basket. Auburn cuts it to a point. 35-34, 16-20 to play second half. Golden low right, backing down Cardwell, steps middle, leads in to create the space, bobbles it underneath, lost it out of bounds. Michigan turns it over.
It's just too much one-on-one play for Michigan. There's a little bit of that from Auburn, some tough shots in the paint. But right now, this is all one-on-one defense. Nobody's bringing a double. There's traffic if you get in the paint, but Lad Golden just trying to do too much. Got too wide, got too high with the dribble, he loses it.
I think Dusty May told him the exact same thing, Coach. Golden nods his head to acknowledge as Hod Pettiford has checked into the game now for Bruce Pearl. He brings it over midcourt, going to our left. Bounces left wing to Chaney Johnson. Foul line pass, Broome, who leans up, misses kind of an awkward-looking floater. Back rim, and Michigan clears.
Right now, whatever team can get their players to listen to them better has got the best chance to win this game, because the offense is not there.
Donaldson with a floater from the left high post, misses, and then in a loose ball situation, Auburn is whistled Bruce Pearl is incredulous in front of the Auburn bench. It'll be the second team foul. It's on Chad Baker-Mazzara, and that's his third. And we're going to get a timeout on the floor with 15:47 to play in the second half. It's sponsored by Progressive Insurance. You can save big when you bundle your auto, home, motorcycle, RV, or boat. Visit Progressive.com. 15:47 to play in regulation in Atlanta. Michigan in front of Auburn, 35-34. From the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, this is the men's basketball tournament.
When the forgotten poor are suffering.
It's time to shake off the winter blues and get your home looking its best. Whether it's new windows, fresh siding, or a stunning entry door, Window World has everything you need to boost curb appeal. And with Window World's professional installation, you can refresh your home stress-free. Spring into savings and schedule your free consultation today. Call 1-800-WINDOW-WORLD or visit windowworld.com to get started.
The family that vacations together stays together. At least, that was the plan. Except now, the dastardly desk clerk is saying he can't confirm your connecting rooms.
Wait, what?
That's right, ma'am. You have rooms 201 and 709.
No, we cannot be 5 floors away from our kids.
The doors have double locks. They'll be fine.
When you want connecting rooms confirmed before you arrive, it matters where you stay.
Welcome to Hilton. I see your connecting rooms are already confirmed.
Hilton, for the stay.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on retirement contributions, a very handsome reward indeed. With Robinhood Gold, your annual IRA contributions are boosted by 3%. Plus, you also get 4% APY on your cash and non-retirement accounts. That's over 8 times the national savings average. The perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% IRA boost on annual contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. Rates subject to change. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold at $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Over 8 times the national average savings account interest rate claim is based on data from the FDIC as of November 18th, 2024. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
If you've got goals, Quest has cheats. From bars to protein milkshakes to chips and crackers, Quest Nutrition is big on protein, low on sugar, and huge on flavor. It's basically cheating. 15:47 to play, second half at Atlanta. Michigan 35, Auburn 34. Coach, what are you thinking about here as they break the huddle?
Well, I'm thinking right now there was so much frustration on Auburn's part. They're living in that last call. This is where Chad Baker-Mazzara sometimes gets in trouble. You know, he's got to stay locked into the game. He's been doing a good job in the first 2 games of the tournament, but they're getting a little discombobulated, frustrated, body language. If you're Auburn, you got to settle in. You got to have some really good half-court sets.
Glad Golden at the free throw line hits the first of 2. The Russian national averaging 18.5 points through the first 2 games of the tournament. Double transfer, Texas Tech, then FAU. Rattles in the second, and he's given the Wolverines a 3-point lead. 37-34, just past the 16-minute mark in the second half.
I like this. They've changed defenses. They've gone 2-3 zone. Bruce Pearl was definitely prepared for it.
Baker-Mazzara gives to Broom at the free throw line, powers up to the rim, and leans into the chest of Golden and lays it in right side.
Just too easy. You can score on Golden if you can attack his chest or attack his hip. He did. Janai Broom did both.
16 for Broom. Michigan 37, Auburn 36, 15 minutes left, second half. Danny Wolf here as we get a whistle off the ball. Looks like Golden is bumped underneath, trying to shuffle his way down the paint. It'll be an underneath out of bounds for Michigan. It's on Chaney Johnson, his first, and the third against the Tigers. And now Chris Moore, the graduate senior, will check in for Bruce Pearl.
I like this. Chris Moore had a great practice yesterday, one of the more locked-in guys on that Auburn team. He's been here a long time. He knows what Bruce wants.
Fifth year in the program. Here comes Wolf down the paint, down to the right box, flicks it up and in, off glass. 3-point Michigan lead.
Yeah, just too easy. Danny Wolf does not have great contact balance unless he can drop that left shoulder. He was in control on that move.
Pettiford straightaway three, back of the rim, no. Offensive rebound, Broom. Mid-post, turns, kicks it near corner to Kelly. His three is partially blocked by Burnett. Michigan the other way. 3-on-2, Burnett, one-handed bounce underneath. Gale! Miraculous reverse layup and contact. He took the contact and bump, falling out of bounds, flicked it up over the shoulder, high off glass, and it went.
And it was a beautiful pass from Namari Burnett. Chaney Johnson was not on a sprint. He was on a run. He threw the ball in front of Chaney Johnson to get the ball to Roddy Gale Jr. because he was not in a dead sprint to protect the rim. Big time pass by Namari Burnett.
Roddy Gale, the Ohio State transfer at the free throw line. Up and good. And Michigan coach its biggest lead, 42-36, 14 and a half left. Here comes Broom, powers up the other way. He lays it in, and he's fouled. Auburn, after a made free throw, beating Michigan down the floor, and they'll have a chance at three.
Well, they really did. Michigan's in their press, but there's no pressure. You can't press without hands-up pressure. No, they find Janai Broom in the middle of the floor. He attacks the bucket. It can't get any easier than that for Auburn.
14 and a half left. Broom's left-handed free throw, front rim, glass, and in. And we got a 3-point Michigan lead. 42-39, and this place electric in Atlanta. Which of these two teams going to be moving on to the Elite Eight to face Michigan State Sunday? Wolf working left wing, shoots a step-back three. Back rim, no. Rebound, weak side, Kelly. Outlets to Pettiford, far side. Stops on a dime, right wing, and resets. Guarded there by Gale.
Well, they'll get Broom back in the middle of the floor in action like this. This is what they need. Go through Janai Broom. When in doubt, go to it.
He has scored their last 9 points. That pass broken up low left by Gale. Broom tried to save it. Flicked it towards the near sideline to the front court, and it's a turnover.
That's on Denver Jones. I mean, you're a senior. That was such a poor pass. There was no angle to feed that ball into him on the left side of the block. You've got to create an angle. They were top-siding him. Just a ridiculous turnover.
Here comes Gale, top of the circle, accelerates down the paint, misses at the rim, and the weak side tip by Danny Wolf. Michigan 44, Auburn 39, 13:34 left. And we welcome those of you that have just joined us across our network. Michigan up 5 with 13 and a half left.
Well, Janai Broom wants a sub for some reason. They're not listening to him. He's not that good to make all the subs. They just need to throw him the ball where he can do something, go to work like he is right now on this block.
Broom catches mid-post right, extends to the rim, misses in traffic, point blank. Michigan pushes the other way. Donaldson left wing, shadowed by Jones, gives to Wolf straight away. Wolf dribbles between the legs, faces up, backs down, Broom spins up off glass, and he puts it down. Just masterful.
Beautiful play. They're trying to weak Danny Wolf, which means force him to his left. He attacked lift, had the spin back, got it easy with his right hand high off the board.
7-point Michigan lead as we cross the 13-minute mark. Kelly, right wing, pull-up three. That's no good. And a loose ball foul as Chaney Johnson is bumped underneath. Miles Kelly, coach, is 1 of 9 from the field, 1 of 7 from the three-point line.
Yeah, that's not a good three. He's coming up. He's fading away on the three. He's got the range. It's not about the range. It's about the feet. It's about being lined up, ready to knock it down. He's shooting the ball, fading back. Those aren't his threes.
Will Cheddar, Reuben Jones in for Dusty May. Underneath out of bounds, Chaney Johnson throws in. Top of the key, nearly broken up, but Broom tracks it down, top of the circle. Broom now faces against Golden, backs him down, spins, stumbles to the deck, and it's a traveling violation. Out of control was Broom, and another Tigers turnover.
Absolutely, and Bruce wants the foul. It's not a foul. He traveled before the contact. He fell into the contact as he was traveling. He wasn't on balance.
And, Coach, he initiated the contact as well.
No question, because I think he fell into him, and it just wasn't where he needed to be. Right now, Auburn it's at the moment of truth right now. They're complaining. There's bad body language. They're looking to the ref for bailout calls. They aren't coming. You're down 7 on the road. Figure it out.
14th Auburn turnover, their 4th of the half. Here's Cheddar, pump fakes, left corner. J.D. Johnson bit, and he's fouled. It looked like he had cleared the three-point line. No, they say a 2-shot foul, so Cheddar's foot was on the arc. 2 free throws with 12:26 left, and Michigan up 7. Dylan Cardwell will check back into the game with Cheddar at the free throw line. You can listen to Westwood One's exclusive coverage of both the NCAA men's and women's basketball tournaments for free on the Varsity Network app. Listen to every game remaining live or on demand. Download the Varsity Network app now and search NCAA champions. Free throw good, 8-point Michigan lead.
Well, you need Dylan Cardwell in this game because he does so many little things. Chaney Johnson didn't block out, so they get the tip. He fouls the shooter. Not a good stretch for Chaney Johnson. And his teammates did really not give him much confidence to overcome it.
Second free throw is good. Michigan has outscored Auburn since halftime 19-9. And they're up 48-39 with 12:19 remaining. Pettiford, top of the circle, gets a screen, fires a 3, and he sticks it. Big shot for the Tigers to cut it to 7.
They spent 5 seconds arguing about the play call. Broom and Pettiford did. Pettiford just pulled up and shot it.
And then Cheddar bobbles the pass in the far corner from Donaldson, and another unforced Michigan turnover. Dusty May shaking his head as we get a timeout here in Atlanta. 11:57 to play in the second half with Michigan in front of Auburn 48-42. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. With Indeed Sponsored Jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for relevant candidates so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Plus, with Indeed Sponsored Jobs, there are no monthly subscriptions, and you only pay for results. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams Spring Sale and get 30% off paints and stains March 28th through April 7th. With prices starting at $34.29, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your bedroom, living room, or home office, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Whether you're shaping up a small yard or tackling serious acreage, Steel walk-behind, zero-turn, and stand-on mowers are built to get the job done. Shop online or at your local Steel dealer. Steel, let's go mow. Available at participating dealers.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Time now to check the attendance, sponsored by Uber Eats. Uber Eats is delivering game day meals from hundreds of your local favorites all week. Order now on Uber Eats. Product availability varies by region. See app for details. We got a sellout crowd here in Atlanta, 18,150 for the second of our two Sweet 16 matchups. And with 11:57 to play in the second half, it's Michigan 48 and Auburn 42.
Well, there's an old saying, play angry, or some believe you can't play angry. I don't know which that is, but I know you can't play frustrated. And right now, Janai Broome is the guy that you've got to go through. It's a frustrated team with Auburn. When Pettiford hit that three, they go back inside to Broome. That's exactly how you have to play. If you're Auburn, hopefully for their sake, they have settled in and understand that they got to be together in this game. And in Michigan's case right now, they need even more leadership from Trey Donaldson as we continue in the last 12 minutes of this game.
Janai Broome, 19 points, 14 rebounds, his 20th double-double of the season for the SEC Player of the Year. Auburn will bring it the length of the floor. Winner of this one moves on to the Elite Eight Sunday to face Michigan State. Pettiford, top of the circle, curling against Donaldson all the way through, kicks it near corner to Jones, elevates from three and rattles it in. And here come the Tigers within three.
Great set play by Bruce Pearl to sell the layup, get it driven, and then swing it with the right hand from Pettiford to Denver Jones in the left corner.
Here's Wolf, right wing, spins his way down to the box, off balance layup, and a crowd missed it over Cardwell, thought he was fouled. Tigers on the tape.
I think he was too. You got to call that foul. That's body contact. The contact was initiated by the defense.
11:20 to play. It's a one-score game. Auburn with Broome has it. Low left, backs down. Cheddar spins. Lefty big. Got it. Michigan's lead down to one.
You give Janai Broome the ball on the left block and let him turn over the right shoulder with his left hand. Just go down to the other end. He's not missing that shot.
There's a steal. Baker Mazzara rips it away from Donaldson in the front court, and then Donaldson whistled on a reach-in foul. Auburn on an 8-0 run with possession. They can retake the lead right here.
Well, Auburn is used to the chaos. They've had so many great wins. They play very, very emotional. Right now, that emotion has ignited this entire State Farm crowd of Auburn fans because they are dwarfing out everybody else right now. Huge defensive possession for Michigan to get momentum back.
Inbound in the backcourt to Pettiford. He crosses midcourt. Out front, passes to Broome. Right wing, Baker Mazzara. Guarded by Burnett. Puts it on the deck. On the attack. Stops the shot from the baseline. Goes, but the contact came before the shot. No basket. And it'll be an underneath out of bounds for the Tigers. 20 to shoot, 10:48 remaining. It's on Burnett, his second.
Well, Bruce Pearl is scoring, not himself, but his team, 48% on underneath out of bounds, which is 7th in Division I, 2nd in the SEC this year to Oklahoma.
Inbound Pettiford, he's got it straight away. And then contact off the ball. Baker Mazzara and Reuben Jones trying to fight their way over the screen. They both hit the deck. And the officials are going to get Reuben Jones on the contact.
He was absolutely right. Now, that off-the-ball contact has been incredible all game. That one just a bit excessive. But Janai Broome set a great screen, which basically pushed Jones into Mazzara.
And now, Coach, Michigan has one more foul to give with 10:44 left.
Well, it's hard to get beat when you get in the bonus at the 12-minute mark of a half, and they're not going to be at the 12-minute mark, but it's very close. If you're Auburn, go inside. Get the bonus right now.
They inbound in the front court to Cardwell. Tigers have it. They're down 48-47, 10:40 to play. Here comes Jones, top of the circle, attacks down the paint, lays it up and in. Will they count it? No, they won't. Again, the contact before the shot. It's on Burnett. That's his third personal, and an underneath out of bounds again.
Well, they got fouled on the last one. They settled in. I mean, now they want it. They've got to get a cross screen here at some point. You want to get the ball into Broome. Right now, they're going to set a pick. All right, on Cardwell as soon as he throws it in.
They get it to Baker Mazzara, right wing, poked away. Reuben Jones the steal. Now to Kaysen. Here comes the freshman. Downhill to the rack. Flicks it up to the rim. No. Fight for the loose ball. In the corner, Janai Broome controls for Auburn. We come up on the 10-minute mark. Midway point, second half. Michigan 48, Auburn 47 in what has been a chaotic pace right from the start. Broome right of the circle, backs his way down, steps to the middle, the flick, missed it, gets his own rebound, back up, no. Cardwell, the offensive rebound. Out right wing to Pettiford, steps back in the corner and buries it. On a deep 20-footer, Auburn retakes the lead. Timeout, Michigan. 10 straight for the Tigers over the last 2 minutes and 16 seconds. 9:53 to play, second half in Atlanta. Auburn 49, Michigan 48. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Monster.com helps you slam dunk the job search and make your next career move. With great coaching and millions of job openings, Monster.com empowers you to score your next position and win the job hunt. Get off the bench and go to Monster.com today.
It's time for basketball, and right now, Uber Eats has deals on McDonald's, Popeyes, Pizza Hut, Wendy's, and hundreds more local favorites. So you can keep your eyes on the ball and your hands on a hamburger. Get game day deals now, only on Uber Eats. Product availability varies by region. See app for details.
When you hear that a small Blizzard treat is just 85 cents in the DQ app, you might just feel like you're dreaming. 85-cent Blizzard treats. Trust us when we say you're not. But get to DQ quickly, because this dream is only a reality for so long. Hurry and get your small Blizzard treat for just 85 cents with a $1 purchase when you sign up for DQ Rewards. For a limited time at participating locations. Terms apply.
Hey, fellow Gen Xers, it's Elizabeth Banks. Big news! The recommended age for pneumococcal pneumonia vaccination has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. It's up to us to lead the charge. After all, we gave the world the internet. We're trailblazers. Let's lead the way again, because we are at over 6 times greater risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Gen X, this is our shot. Head to VaxAssist.com and schedule today. That's VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Michaela's Mobile Spa, Michaela! Michaela got a quick business insurance quote from Progressive and chose from over 30 customizable coverages. Sure, it helps she's her only employee and does literally everything. But while others would rest on their laurels, Michaela was hard at work saving big. So take that, hypothetical other employee who doesn't exist. Be your own Michaela. See if you could save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage is not available in all states or for all vehicles and coverage selections.
Let's check the tournament summary, sponsored by Marriott Bonvoy. Take your game day rituals on the road with Marriott Bonvoy. Over 30 hotel brands for every kind of fan. Explore more at MarriottBonvoy.com/NCAA. Michigan fans have good memories of Atlanta. The last time they played NCAA tournament games here, 2013. Trey Burke and the 4th-seeded Wolverines claimed wins over the 1-seed Kansas and 3-seed Florida en route to the Final Four. 9:53 to play, second half. Auburn 49, Michigan 48. The Tigers have turned a 9-point deficit into a 1-point lead, coach, in 2.5 minutes.
Well, and they're going to continue to be able to do it unless Michigan's made an adjustment on how they're going to deal with that flex cut action, because they're setting a baseline screen. The defender is going under, and there's nobody to bump and take the man stepping up after the screen. It's been wide open. And Janai Broom has been able to get it the last possession, and they could get it again.
How does Michigan handle some adversity right here? Wolf holding right of the circle. Dribbles between the legs multiple times. Picks it up. Looking for a teammate, guarded tightly by Broom. Still can't find anyone, and it's a 5-second violation. Unbelievable.
Well, very poor decision by Danny Wolf not to hand the ball back off to Reuben Jones when he came up on it. He's looking for something that's not there. Once they pick it up, they're denying all his teammates.
Here's Pettiford dribbling top of the circle, dribbles right, and that pull-up jumper is partially deflected. It's loose. It rolls out of bounds underneath. Last touch by Michigan. Good shot challenge on the defense against Pettiford to get a piece. But Auburn retains possession underneath with 15 to shoot.
Absolutely. Now we should see some type of screen here for Janai Broom. When he takes it out, they want Vlad Golden to get pulled out. I think we see a screen down, right?
Broom
here comes Denver Jones.
Baseline. It's deflected, and now the officials are going to get Reuben Jones on a reach-in foul, challenging Baker Mazzara for that pass at the top of the circle, and now Michigan is out of fouls.
Yep, and now you're shooting foul shots the rest of the game from the 9:19 mark if you're Auburn.
1-1 for Chad Baker Mazzara. 9:19 left, and Auburn up 49-48. Michigan coach has been out-rebounded by Auburn 40-27, and the offensive rebounds 17-7 as Baker Mazzara rims in the first.
Yeah, and Michigan had been giving up 13 offensive rebounds in the last 5 games, and that is exactly what's going on here against them right now, because there's not nearly enough blockouts if you're Michigan, not nearly enough bodies.
Second free throw is good. Robin Hood Gold gets you a 3% boost on your annual IRA contributions. The new gold standard is here. Sign up robinhood.com/gold. Auburn 51, Michigan 48. We come up on the 9-minute mark. Second half in Atlanta. Wolf catches left wing, fakes the three, dribbles, curling into the paint. Sealed off at the line, bounces into the corner. Jones back to Wolf on the right wing, hands to Reuben Jones. There's the reset. Jones attacks, downhill to the rim. Boy, they got a piece, but it went in anyway. 1-point Auburn lead.
Well, they got really good movement. They used Danny Wolf, pulled the bigs out, got a handoff. Reuben Jones gets down the middle of the floor.
First Michigan basket in 4.5 minutes. Here comes Baker Mazzara curling down the paint, and Wolf blocks him from the back.
Well, Bruce Pearl wants downhill drives, especially off either slot. Not sure he wants Chad Baker Mazzara driving in on 2 defenders.
It went out of bounds underneath. Auburn is going to inbound left baseline. 17 to shoot, 8:36 remaining. Auburn 51, Michigan 50. They inbound left wing to Denver Jones. Gets a screen from Broom. Dribbles right to the top of the arc. Now back to the left. Gets another pick. Fires and buries it from deep. 4-point Tigers lead.
Just too easy, too soft to coverage by Michigan on that pick and roll. They were nowhere near Denver Jones on the rescreen.
54-50, 8:17 left second half. Wolf right wing takes Cardwell down to the box, stripped off of his leg and out of bounds underneath.
Now, again, Danny Wolf's in a rush. That's part of his game, but you need to understand, if you've got the man beat him. If not, make the kick out, pick the dribble up. Just careless with the basketball as he made the drive.
Pettiford slowly over the timeline, near side going left. Auburn in all white. Michigan in the dark blue maize uniforms here in Atlanta. Here's a straightaway three. Jones, he sticks it again. Denver Jones putting him on his back. 7-point Auburn lead.
They're going under the pick and roll, Spiro. It's target practice for Denver Jones.
It's an 18-2 Tigers run. Here comes Donaldson along the left baseline. A wild right-handed reverse layup goes up over the glass, and it belongs to the Tigers when we come back. A timeout on the floor. 7:38 left second half. Auburn 57, Michigan 50. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Listen up, fellow Gen Xers. Elizabeth Banks here. The recommended age for pneumococcal pneumonia vaccination has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. It's up to us to lead the way. We've done this before. Music videos, fanny packs, even the World Wide Web. Let's do it again and get vaccinated, because we're at over 6 times greater risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Gen X, this is our shot. Visit VaxAssist.com and schedule a vaccine today. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This season, it's not just madness on the hardwood, but outdoors in the yard too. No matter what the challenge, Ego Outdoor Power Equipment delivers incredible power and performance. From yard work essentials like mowers, blowers, chainsaws, and trimmers to innovations such as portable power stations and cordless pressure washers. You can use the same battery to power over 90 tools. That's why Ego has over 200,000 5-star reviews and counting. Check out the winning lineup at egopowerplus.com.
Ball above all. Am I right, y'all? Any questions?
Professor, NCAA Division I women's basketball is back. Are we ready?
You prepared to get loud? Rep your squad? Get your players hyped up to go all the way to the ship? Oh, you're ready. March Madness. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/WBB tickets.
Back with you in Atlanta. 7:38 to play in the second half. Auburn in the midst of an 18-2 run over the last 420. They've turned a 9-point deficit, Coach, into a 7-point lead. This is their biggest lead of the night, 57-50. What has happened over the last couple of minutes?
Efficiency. Janai Broome and Tahad Pettiford went from arguing with each other about what the play call was to Tahad Pettiford nailing a three at the top of the key, and it's been all there the rest of the way. Michigan is going under pick and rolls. They're getting caught in the rescreen. That's got to change if you're Dusty May. It's got to change now.
Oh, you can listen live to the live stream of every remaining game of both the men's and women's tournaments on the Westwood One Sports app and WestwoodOneSports.com. It's sponsored by Masa Chips, classic tortilla chips fired in 100% grease-fed beef tallow. No seed oils, no fake ingredients, just real crunch. Code MM30 gets you an additional 30% off your first order at MasaChips.com. Tigers are going to bring the length of the floor unguarded with Tahad Pettiford with a chance to build on a 7-point lead with 7.5 to play here in Atlanta. Denver Jones, hot hand, dribbles between two, goes down the paint, lays it in. He is starting to cook. 9-point Tigers lead.
Great misdirection action out of the timeout to get Denver Jones. Everyone thought it was going right, but here comes Denver Jones back left.
And he's got 18. Here's Golden. Beautiful drop step. He dunks it in, but the basket is not going to count. Contact against the Tigers before the shot. And an underneath out of bounds for Michigan as they try to desperately settle down. They're down 59-50 with 7:11 remaining. Janai Broome's third personal.
Well, and you asked what's wrong. That's the first time they've gone hard into Vlad Golden in a while, and he creates a foul.
Donaldson inbounding from the baseline, throws it to the backcourt, where it's tracked down by Reuben Jones in front of the Auburn bench. Back over the timeline, he settles left wing, out front pass Donaldson. Gets a screen, dribbles left, right wing Wolf, fakes the pass, puts it on the deck, top of the key. Looking for a teammate, gets to Golden, right box, 2 to shoot. Golden steps middle, a lefty hook, gets it to drop, and he's fouled. Let's see who the foul is against.
I think
it's on Broome, that's his fourth.
I think it obviously is. I mean, he went right at him, scored with that left hand. If that's on Broome, that's his fourth.
Coach, what a massive sequence. It's the fourth on Broome, so potential 3-point play, and Michigan can cut it to 6.
Well, this is a real danger zone right now because Janai Broome has been unguardable in this run. Chaney Johnson did not play well when he was in. His teammates were not high on him. They brought him out of the game. This is a big, big time for Michigan, and it's a big time for Chaney Johnson.
Golden sets, free throw is good. Only their second basket in the last 6 minutes. Auburn 59, Michigan 53. Janai Broome to the bench, 4 fouls with 6:44 remaining. Pettiford gives to Cardwell out front, bounces low right to Jones. Dribbles out all the way through to the baseline to the near corner to reset. Left wing pass Pettiford, guarded by Gale, 10 to shoot. Pettiford sizes him up, gets a screen, dribbles right, top of the circle, crosses over against Golden. Here he comes down the paint, extends, and lays it in. The seas parted, 8-point Auburn lead.
They couldn't have wanted that switch, but Vlad Golden got switched onto Pettiford in the pick and roll, and he just shook him, shaked and baked, and got a layup.
Auburn 61, Michigan 53. We come up on 6 left. Golden backs down Cardwell. Left high post, sets him up, drop steps, fakes up, lefty bank, missed it. Golden a rebound, back up, and he's fouled again to get himself to the free throw line for 2.
Very good offense right now if you're Dusty May. You've got a 7-foot center right there that is impossible to guard when you play him one-on-one and get him to the rim, and they're playing through him, which is exactly what you want to do. A lot of game left.
Foul charge to Chad Baker-Mazzara. That's his 4th personal. 5:59 remaining, and Vlad Golden will shoot 2 with a chance to cut it to 6. The official NCAA ticket exchange is the only NCAA-approved place to buy and sell authentic 100% guaranteed Final Four tickets with other fans. Visit the official NCAA ticket exchange, ncaa.com/exchange. Glad Golden sets. Free throw 1 is good. And Michigan is within 7.
You've got to get this as close to even as you possibly can if you're Michigan while Janai Broome is on the bench. Going inside to Golden if they're going to continue to play him one-on-one, and then if you can figure out how you're going to handle the pick and roll. Are you going to switch? Are you going to go under? Are you going to hedge? Because right now they're doing a multitude of things.
Golden misses the second. Back rim rebound Cardwell. Miles Kelly has checked into the game for Bruce Pearl. 5:51 to play, second half. Auburn with possession and a 61-54 lead. Pettiford gives right of the circle to Jones. Back to Pettiford. Right front court guarded by Reuben Jones. 10 to shoot. Pettiford gives right wing to Kelly. Back to Pettiford. Edge of the center circle. He steps into a deep straightaway 3. It's short. Fight for it underneath. Out of bounds. Officials asking for help, and it's last touch by Michigan.
This is about as good a set offense as you can run when Bruce Pearl gets a chance to take the ball out of bounds underneath his own basket. So many different ways to score or get fouled. They rarely waste an opportunity.
Underneath, out of bounds off the right baseline into the corner to Kelly. Out to Pettiford. Straightaway pass Cardwell. 5.5 to play. Auburn looking to build on a 7-point lead. Pettiford, right wing to Jones. Fakes the 3. Dribbles to the left wing. His pass to Pettiford and nearly turned it over. He dribbles right, bobbles, fires a 3 with 1 to shoot. It is good. Tahad Pettiford sprinkling some of his dust here in Atlanta. Auburn's lead is 10, and Pettiford's got 15.
He is such a high-level scorer. He can shoot it off either foot. He loves the step back. As a left-hander, we've seen him score with the right hand. We've seen him get in the paint. It is a Tahad Pettiford show right now in the second half, and we're getting to see it live.
So a timeout of the floor with 5:10 left to play in the second half, and Auburn's got his biggest lead of the night, 64-54. Spiro Ditas and Tom Crean here at our Granger broadcast position in Atlanta. Winning teams know the value of a good sixth man. Count on Granger to give your business a boost off the bench. Call or click Granger.com for over 1 million industrial-grade supplies. Tahad Pettiford, coach, 10 of his 15 in the second half.
Well, and he just gets him so many different ways. He's so quick, and because he can beat you to the rim, because he has a step back, he rarely takes an orthodox shot because he covers so much ground on his step back. Or if you play him, he freezes you and he goes by you. He's so quick, he's so shifty, and he's got excellent range and a beautiful shot with that left hand.
Danger zone from Michigan. A must-have set right here. Donaldson, the former Tiger, dribbles hard to the wing, gives to Golden for a straightaway 3, and he misses badly.
What are you doing? There's no way you came out of the timeout thinking a Vlad Golden top of the key 3 was a good idea. There's
Auburn,
no way.
Auburn the other way. They have hit 5 of their last 6. They're up 10. Pettiford nearly had it broken up and stolen by Reuben Jones. He gets it back, dribbles hard to the right front court. Sizes up Jones. Dribbles to the elbow, spins, fades with a shot. He buries it, and he's fouled. Tahad Pettiford trying to will the Tigers to the Elite 8.
Well, I don't know what the coaching move of the day is, but I know the coaching move of the tournament is Bruce Pearl and that staff recruiting Tahad Pettiford. He is in a different kind of zone, and it's not like it doesn't happen often for him. He's been such a huge part of their team, such a huge part of second halves, and we are seeing it right now.
That was a challenged fadeaway shot from 18 feet. Free throw good, and it's a 13-point Tigers lead. 67-54, 4.5 left here in Atlanta. Golden catches the bounce, backing down. Left mid post, steps middle across, extends to the cup, misses, but he's fouled. As Golden trying to force the issue. Keep in mind, Janai Broome is still on the Auburn bench. They've extended this lead with guys like Denver Jones and Tahad Pettiford, coach. And right now they're up 13 with Golden set to take 2 free throws.
Oh, you named it. It's those two guys. And Michigan, the best offense is going into Vlad Golden. The possession before this, he takes the top of the key three, even though he's open. Keep going with what's working.
Let's pause 10 seconds, station identification. This is the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, your home for the national championship.
Hi, everybody. Christopher Russo.
Both free throws by
Sports Radio live all day during the NCAA tournament. That's until
67-56, 4:12 to play in the second half. Pettiford's pass in the front court, deflected out of bounds, right at center court, far side by Roddy Gale. Auburn's going to inbound from there with 15 to shoot. And 4:07 left in regulation.
Now, it's a big moment. Keep playing and attacking. They're not putting Janai Broom in yet. They're close to putting him in. Keep playing in the middle of the floor with these high screens.
Pettiford splits two with a bounce underneath to Cardwell. Flicks it up point blank over the shoulder. He missed it. Michigan the other way, down 11. Donaldson straight away gets a Wolf screen. Passes to Wolf left wing. Wolf directing traffic. Backing down. Chaney Johnson down to the box. Powers up. They got a piece. It's loose underneath. Cardwell's got it.
They had numbers, but Bruce Pearl, Stephen Pearl, and the entire staff are putting the halt sign on. Come down and run a half-court set.
Auburn 67, Michigan 56, 3:20 remaining. Pettiford dribbling in the right front court, guarded by Burnett. Dribbles top of the circle, crosses him over, spins into the paint, doubled, out to Johnson. Right wing three, no good, back rim, long rebound, Wolf. Hands off to Gale on the run. Dribbles down to the baseline, sealed off there by Denver Jones. He spins down to the box, flicks it up to the rim, missed it, rebound Denver Jones. Back-to-back empty trips for Michigan. They're down 11. And we're inside at 3 minutes. Chaney Johnson doubled up. His pass underneath for a cutting Cardwell. Good recovery by Burnett. Deflects it out underneath. Auburn's going to inbound when we come back. A timeout on the floor. No field goals for Michigan over the last 4 minutes and 3 seconds. 2:48 to play, second half. It's Auburn 67, Michigan 56. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Why pay more for a great shave? Choose Barbasol, America's #1 brand of shaving cream. Barbasol's thick and rich lather gives you a close, comfortable shave for just half the price of gels.
Barbasol. Get one free set of brake pads when you buy 2 brake rotors. Visit O'Reilly Auto Parts. Offer in-store only. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Springfest and Ego Days are here at Lowe's. Right now, get a free Select Ego 56-volt battery with purchase of a Select trimmer, blower, or mower kit. Plus, shop today for new and exclusive items you need for your lawn. So get ready for spring with the latest in innovation from Ego, the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Only at Lowe's. We help, you save. Offer valid through 4/2. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
Spring forward with real unlimited data from Straight Talk this tax season and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2024 with select plans. So you can stream games during Mad March hours, check the weather for April showers, and watch gardening videos about May flowers. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart and straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 4/15/25. Taxes and fees apply. Requires purchase of single line gold unlimited plan or higher. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Spruce is a new weed and grass killer with 9 simple yet effective ingredients that are safe for use around people, pets, and bees when used as directed. Spruce works differently by dehydrating the weed down to the roots. No baskets for Michigan in more than 4 minutes. 2:48 to play in the second half. It's Auburn 67, Michigan 56. Since Janai Broom left with his 4th personal coach, Auburn has outscored Michigan 8-3.
Again, it's been the guard play. It really has. I mean, so much of that. And Janai Broom did a great job when he was in, and then Tahad Pettiford just started taking over when they were down, I believe, 9. And what's happened is Michigan can't have any more empty possessions at all. And they don't have to shoot threes yet. You've got a little bit more time to keep going inside, go early, get fouled if you don't get the bucket so you can set your defense. Watch the slip. There it is.
Underneath out of bounds. Johnson rolling to the basket. Right down the paint for the angry two-handed thump. And Auburn's got a 13-point lead with 2.5 left.
Bruce Pearl knew he was going to get a slip at some point. They're always looking for him when they go with a triple, and that's exactly what they got.
Donaldson holding right front court. Guarded by Chaney Johnson. Crosses over, fakes the 3, fires the 3. Johnson got a piece. And then it's last touched by Michigan underneath. And the Wolverines are staggering on the ropes.
I have no idea why you wouldn't come down in that situation and try to get something into the post again. You can't answer a dunk, all right, with moving the ball around, trying to look for a jump shot. That's on Trey Donaldson in that situation.
Boy, Dusty May is going to sit both Golden and Donaldson here with 2:13 left, and his Wolverines down 13 points. Chaney Johnson between the circles, left wing pass, Denver Jones, low left to Broom, who's back in, powers up to the rim, he's fouled, and he's going to shoot free throws. And the Auburn Tigers, just amazing coach. You think they were down 9 points with 12.5 minutes left. From that point till now, they've outscored Michigan 30-8.
Well, Tahad Pettiford and Denver Jones happened. It just changed the game. And the lane became so open on ball screens, on rescreens out of the ball screen, on misdirection drives. And they just did a fantastic job of reading Michigan's defense, or lack thereof, on the ball.
Janai Broom misses on the first. He's got the third 20-15 game in Auburn's NCAA tournament history. Charles Barkley and Chuck Person, the only other two to do it. Pretty good company for the SEC Player of the Year. He rattles in the second. Auburn 70, Michigan 56. 2 minutes left in Atlanta. The winner moving on to Sunday's Elite Eight to face Michigan State. L.J. Kaysen is fouled on the dribble drive down the paint. 2 shots west of the way. Double bonus for Michigan. And maybe the only thing that's gone their way, a chance to stop the clock.
Sure, absolutely.
And cut into the deficit.
L.J. Kaysen is so fast. He's explosive. I thought we might see more of him earlier in this game, because Trey Donaldson didn't play badly, but he really didn't do anything. And that's tough, because he's a really good guard, and it just has not been his second half. It's not been his game, looking back at the first half, and now he's on the bench. But L.J. Kaysen is a fast guy. He's a downhill guy. Michigan got away from attacking the rim. They couldn't get those stops. And Auburn did a great job of scoring, and they get back, set their defense.
Kaysen hits both. Auburn 70, Michigan 58. Desperation time for the Wolverines with $1:55 left. Inbound to Denver Jones, back to Chaney Johnson. Some full court pressure here for Michigan. Denver Jones ahead to Chaney Johnson. Bobble takes it, rumbles, stumbles down the paint, misses on a scooping layup at the rim. Rebound Cheddar. Michigan pushes Burnett ahead to Gale, right wing 3. No good, back rim. Weak side offensive rebound. Kaysen, left wing to Cheddar. Right wing Burnett. Dribbles down to the baseline. Passes straight away, Cheddar. Back to Burnett, a deep right wing 3. That's no good. Gale rips the offensive rebound, and then he's fouled by Chaney Johnson. So Michigan with more free throws, they can cut it to 10. With 1:21 left, they're down 70-58.
Well, it's taken too long. They're going to run out of time the way this is going right now. They could not get a three. They got really no screens coming down on this. Navari Burnett took a challenge three, to say the very least. Great rebound by Gale, though, to stop the bleeding.
First free throw from Roddy Gale is up and good. First year at Michigan. Last two with Ohio State. As Miles Kelly will replace Chaney Johnson here. No Michigan field goals, coach, in 5.5 minutes. That's the second time tonight that they've had a 5-minute stretch without a basket.
Yeah, absolutely. And even when they weren't scoring, they were getting fouled by going into Golden. And he's been on the bench, and I get it. But right now they have no way to generate offense because they can't get by this Auburn defenders one-on-one.
Both free throws good. We got a 10-point game. Full court pressure broken by Auburn. Right wing to Pettiford, and now Will Cheddar reaches in for the foul. And now the Tigers in the double bonus with 72 seconds left, and the Tigers up 10.
I'm surprised there's no Golden coming in right now to at least get a screen and a roll or to post him on the block and try to score quick. Because Will Cheddar cannot get open in this game right now. He cannot get free, and he's trying. They can't get him off the players. They're not biting.
Just think of all the different ways that Bruce Pearl's team can beat you, even when the shots aren't falling, even when the turnovers start to pile up. There's just something about this team that excels in this kind of chaos. Pettiford rims in the first, spins it in his hand. Second free throw is good. Tahad Pettiford has been just magnificent. Auburn 72, Michigan 60. Pettiford done for the night. Standing ovation from the Auburn fans.
I think we're seeing Auburn basketball. Most teams would have fallen apart when they were down 9 with the arguing, but they just kept coming, made a three, and got back together.
Here comes Burnett. Hard two-handed flush. Off the handoff on the left baseline from Burnett. 72-62 Auburn. 57 seconds, and then Miles Kelly is fouled as he streaks over midcourt by Roddy Gale. Tahad Pettiford, 15 of his 20 points, coach, in the second half.
And they were all highlight reel plays. It's just incredible. They're incredible with the step backs, with the drives, with the change of directions, getting in the paint, step back threes. Just a unbelievable score for a freshman in college. I thought Trey Johnson might be the most ready to go score a point in the NBA. I'm not so sure Tahad Pettiford is not that guy.
Miles Kelly hits both. 56 seconds left. Auburn 74, Michigan 62. Danny Wolf straight away, barrels down the paint. Officials are going to get Janai Broom on a reach-in, and if it is, that's his fifth.
Yeah, now if you're Michigan, huddle your team up. You got time.
So Broom has fouled out, waving his arms up at the Auburn fans, asking them to make some volume as they try to put the finishing touches on Michigan.
Oh, there's nobody that plays to the crowd more than the Auburn Tigers. Home, road, neutral, Sweet 16 game. They're always trying to rile the fans up.
So Danny Wolf at the free throw line, 50.1 seconds left. First free throw is up and no good off the front rim.
Well, Michigan's going to go home, but what they did after the way they started struggling with that first Michigan State loss on a Friday night to go to the Big Ten tournament, to win 3 games, to come from behind in these games, to have the great games they had in the NCAAs, to get to this point, that says a lot about the job Dusty May did.
Wolf misses on the second. Rebound underneath by Denver Jones. He had his headband ripped off. He's fouled. And he's going to make the long walk over to the opposite free throw line. 48.8 left. And Auburn with a 12-point lead. So Auburn can taste it. In the meantime, what was just a really remarkable season for Michigan, coach, is going to come to an end. You just think last year, 8 wins. They fired Juwan Howard. They bring Dusty May in after his remarkable run at Florida Atlantic, and the turnaround year over year, just magnificent.
Well, there's no doubt about it. Dusty May, what he did at Florida Atlantic, turning that program to go to the Final Four a few years ago, getting back to the tournament last year. Think about what he's had. You got John L. Davis, who played for Arkansas, played last night. You got Elijah Martin, who's in an Elite Eight game tomorrow for Florida. Brought Glad Golden with him. Phenomenal job. But Bruce Pearl is showing, man, you talk about managing chaos. He can do it.
L.J. Kaysen with a transition three that falls from the right wing. Final 43 seconds. Michigan will try to extend the game here. Unable to get to Chaney Johnson straight away. Then Baker Mazzara streaking down the paint. Hard two-handed flush. Auburn 78, Michigan 65. Kaysen straightaway transition three. Up it hits the 24 or 30-second shot clock, and it's out of bounds. It belongs to the Tigers. Dusty May going to start to empty his bench. Glad Golden will sit. Those two, of course, go back to FAU. What a season it was for Golden, as Michigan's season about to come to an end on a Friday night at the Sweet 16 in Atlanta. Down to 22 seconds. Shot clock is off. Auburn can run it down to 0. And they will immediately begin preparations for Tom Izzo and Michigan State on Sunday. Final 5 seconds. And it is all over in Atlanta. For the Auburn Tigers, their season goes from sweet to elite. The #1 overall seed moving on to Sunday and an Elite Eight date with Michigan State.
From sweet to elite. Great call, Spiro. That's a beautiful one.
78-65 as the Auburn Tigers go into the Elite Eight for only the 3rd time in school history. Just an unbelievable performance from a number of contributors in the second half. We know about Janai Broom, coach, 22 points. Tahad Pettiford, incredible. And Denver Jones with 20 points as well.
Just fantastic to come from behind. And it's almost like you didn't think that they wouldn't, but you didn't quite see it happening the way Pettiford and Denver Jones did it, especially when Janai Broom went out. But down 9, making every shot, guard play, and Michigan's defense just kind of caved in on that pick and roll more. They got caught under. Auburn caught fire, and they never looked back.
Let's check some of the final stats, sponsored by Intuit TurboTax. With TurboTax Now Taxes is getting an expert who files your taxes for you so you can stay locked in on the madness. Intuit TurboTax Now. This is taxes. Auburn 78, Michigan 65. The celebration is on the court, underway, with the Tigers all coming together around their star, Janai Broom. Just an unbelievable turnaround of this game. Michigan was up 9 points with 9.5 minutes left, or I beg your pardon, with 12.5 minutes left in the second half. And from that point forward, the Tigers just completely took the game over. Denver Jones, 20 points, 4 of 7 from the three-point line. Joins us now post-game. Denver, congratulations on the win. Just give us your emotions, your feelings as you get ready now for the Elite Eight.
Man, bro, it's a great feeling, man. Just for where we came from last year, just how hard we worked just from the summer from last year until now, man. It's just a testament to our hard work, man. I'm just proud of these guys.
Well, you were down 9, and it was starting to get away from you a little bit. Guys arguing, what you're used to. What did you say to your teammates after Todd Pettiford hit that 3 to cut it back down to 6 to keep them rolling the right way with your leadership?
We just reassured that we don't want this to be our last game. And I feel like everybody understood that, and everybody was on the same page, and that's why we came out with that fire.
Any thoughts, Denver, as you start to maybe slowly look ahead to Michigan State? Your early impressions on them as a team?
Man, I'm just excited to move on to the next game. Just taking one game at a time, man. Coach is going to come up with a great game plan. They're going to have us ready for the game.
Denver, we appreciate the time. Congratulations.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
All right, Denver Jones just magnificent tonight. 20 points, 7 of 13 from the field. He went 4 of 7 from the three-point line, Coach. 4 rebounds, a couple of assists for good measure in 35 fantastic minutes for Bruce Pearl tonight.
They really did. That was a tale of a couple games right there. And it just goes to show the season that Auburn had, when they come together, when they lock in, when something goes right, no matter how bad it's been going, they just go to another level. And you had to see it to believe it. But now I can see why they've lost some tough games. I can see where they've come from behind. Because when they come together, that synergy is incredible.
Time now to select our player of the game, sponsored by Lowe's. Springfest is here at Lowe's with can't miss savings. Pick up fresh finds for all your lawn care needs. Lowe's, they help you save. Coach, who do you got as your Lowe's player of the game?
It's Tahad Pettiford. Now, they wouldn't be here without Janai Broom, and Denver Jones played well. But there is no question, Tahad Pettiford changed the energy of the game. The three at the top of the key. As soon as he got done arguing with Janai Broom, and then he took off, that freed it up even more for Denver Jones. But even when Janai Broom went to the bench, Tahad Pettiford was at another level. Without a doubt, player of the game.
Again, Michigan led 48-39 with 12:26 left in the second half. From that point forward, Auburn just completely took over the game. So your final score here in Atlanta, Auburn 78 and Michigan 65. It will be Auburn and Michigan State Sunday at 5 Eastern in the Elite Eight. We'll break. When we return, we'll have more of the All-State post-game report. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group. And I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney. And the truth is, I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney or if I look like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. At Wesley, we've helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshare without me being an attorney. And I want to share with you how we do it. Just give my office a call, and you will not talk to an attorney. And I guarantee if we take you as a client, we'll get you out of your timeshare, or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-838-8822. That's 800-838-8822. 800-838-8822.
Ball above all. Am I right, y'all? Any questions?
Professor, NCAA Division I women's basketball is back. Are we ready?
You prepared to get loud? Rep your squad? Get your players hyped up to go all the way to the ship? Oh, you're ready. March Madness. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/WBB tickets.
I'm at a smoothie bar asking people if they'd switch smoothies with me for $574.
Oh, I'll switch.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
That's a headache.
Nope, it's painless.
Oh, so it's easy money.
Yep, check Allstate first and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
Welcome to the Tournament Post-Game Show on Westwood One, sponsored by Allstate. Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Final score in Atlanta, the Auburn Tigers are headed to the Elite Eight. They defeat